Hare Krishna. Welcome Prabhus and Matajis for our mostly last sitting as a part of our Bhakti Vedanta course in which we are discussing the 10th canto. If not completed, we may have for few hours tomorrow. So before we proceed from where we left off, some revision of yesterday's discussion. Yes, Kadam Kanam Prabhu. Take the mic.
This discussion of episode of Riga, how he was how he contributed in donating that Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita and all, and then later he got saved because of this he got this opportunity to get birth in Vrindavan.
Direct audience.
Direct audience of.
This is not Vrindavan, this is Dwarka only.
Dwarka.
But he got audience of the Lord.
And despite of being so much huge charitable, how if the tendency of bhakti is not there, then all this karma kand can be very implicating.
This is Dan. We know the yajna performed by Twashta, in which he slightly extended that word, Indra Shatroho, opposite only meaning became. Rather than a demon who will kill Indra, a demon who will be killed by Indra was produced. So these yajna, dan, tapa and all other things mentioned in Karma Kanda are dangerous. Or we can also see Swalpam apyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhaya. Little service once only he did it and it saved him. Yes.
So when these children, Yadunanis, they were playing, so that time they saw the lizard and they wanted to lift, but they could not lift. So they remembered and they approached Lord. So he's telling that Dushkaram Sukaram Bhavet. So when we remember the Lord, the most difficult thing can become easy.
Yes. They got him also, not only remembered, they went back to palace and called Krishna.
Krishna was asking to the king, so he asked, if you feel, you can tell about your history. So he was respecting the king. So
Yes.
Because he may feel bad. He was telling
Sometimes one may not want to speak all these things. Yes. So whenever we inquire about somebody, we have to respect his privacy. Everybody has, that freedom for his privacy. We should not intrude, poke nose in others' affairs. And in case we have to do sometimes, we could give the choice to them. If they feel, they may speak, reveal. Yes. Any other? Anybody online? Online devotees, do you want to tell some point for revision? Or here offline? From that earlier pastime of Shiva glorifying, praising the Lord through prayers. They were prayers, philosophical.
Lord Shiva had affection for Banasura, and Lord Sri Krishna, he says him Bhagavan. So their Acharya says that he's a Bhagavan because he's also quite powerful, and Lord has expanded himself in Lord Shiva. And so therefore he says ki whatever request you are making, that will not go in vain. Means I will surely give him mercy. And what is the mercy? As Acharya said that he will become the Vaikuntha man and he will go to the spiritual world. Means that was the biggest mercy. Just because he was serving a Vaishnava like Lord Shiva, Lord Shiva became affectionate, and then Lord also blessed him, even though he was Asura.
Yes.
Another thing was because he's coming from the descendant of the Prahlad Maharaj, so Lord Shiva wanted to show some favor to him. These things are there.
Okay, then. So we'll continue. We are discussing 10th canto, 64th chapter, the deliverance of King Nruga. Did 27, 28, did we discuss? 26? Over, no? Or no? Dev Jagannath, that is, we have not reached only, I think. So 25th is over. Okay, so 26th. So 25th says, O Keshava, as your servant, I was devoted to the Brahmins and generous to them, and I always hankered for your audience. Therefore, even till now, I have never forgotten my past life. So because of his Agyata Sukruti also to that devotee, Brahmin, by building a temple for his deity as well as giving the charity of Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam for him to distribute. So he could have this remembrance of his previous life also, and he was hankering for Lord's audience as he was blessed by that Brahmin. So 26th. Satvam katham mama vibho akshipatha paratma yogeshwarai shruti drusham alad, what is that? Drushamala rud vibhavyaha साक्षाद अधोक्षज उरु व्यसनांध बुद्धे स्यान्मे अनुदृश्य इह यस्य भवापवर्गः O Almighty One, how is it that my eyes see you here before me? You are the Supreme Soul, whom the greatest masters of mystic yoga can meditate upon within their pure hearts only by employing the spiritual eye of the Vedas. Then how, O Transcendental Lord, are you directly visible to me, since my intelligence has been blinded by the severe tribulations of material life? Only one who has finished his material entanglement in this world should be able to see you. So he has knowledge of the scriptures. And he is telling precisely humility is also there. In one sense, he was blessed. So he knew he would have audience of the Lord, and he was praying for it, hankering for it. And now the Lord is present. So he's not saying, okay, sir, done. So one should be humble only. One should know one is never qualified. After hundreds of years of our initiation also, we should never think, yeah, I was qualified only. I was the most qualified. This is the grandest illusion, grand illusion. And to think that, yeah, I was qualified only. Years later also, one should not feel. Rather, even more the years pass by, one should develop gratitude for Guru that I was so fallen, and how did Guru Maharaj accept me? That if is happening, that kind of consciousness, then that means the disciple is advancing. If the disciple thinks, yeah, I was advanced only, actually I should have been given initiation much before only. So this is not good. Humility is the carrier of Bhakti Devi. Like everybody has a carrier. I think once his grace, Jugal Kishore was telling. Like Indra's carrier is Airavat, the elephant. Lord Shiva's bull, Nandi. Parvati Devi or Durga? Tiger, Vyagra. Then Ganesh? Mouse, rat. I'm a mouse, they say. And not mice, mice is plural, one only. And Kartikeya? Peacock. Lord Brahma? Swan, Hamsa. This one, Shanidev? Crow. Shanidev. Yamaraj, buffalo, male buffalo, not the female. Reda. Yes, true. No. And Bhakti,
इसमें कुछ कीड़ा गिर गया निकाल दो
humility. So humility is the carrier of Bhakti Devi. So only when you get on your vehicle, whether two-wheeler or four-wheeler, start it and proceed, then only you go forward. Just sitting on it is not enough in one sense. So without Vahan you cannot march forward, progress further. So likewise, without humility one cannot advance in spiritual life. So he has advanced. So many years he was in that body of a lizard, and he is feeling that I was so sinful, I was blinded by the severe tribulations of material life, etc. And how is Lord so merciful that he has appeared before me? He is not saying, yeah, I was qualified only, that Brahmin had blessed, no? You had to come, rather you are late only. No blame, that never have. You can have a four-wheeler of Bhakti Devi, but don't have a four-wheeler of BMW. Blaming, mourning and wailing. BMW. It's very dangerous. A bhakta should never have. He should never blame situation and people and devotees. He should never be mourning and all that and wailing, loudly crying and all that. So no, just be peaceful. Brahma bhuta prasannatma na shochati na gansi. It's prasanna, blissful. So one should be always cheerful. That is a sign in the mode of goodness. So he is like that. In the purport, it is said, even in the body of a lizard, King Durga could remember his previous life. So Lord gives that buddhi, that necessary intelligence by which he can come back to the Lord. Because that a previous life as a generous king, as it is said that he distributed more cows than the dust particles in entire universe, more than the stars in the sky, and more than water droplets in all the oceans put together. So remembering how generous I was and what did I got reduced to? A lizard's body, just because of one mistake. How futile was all that endeavor of distributing or giving charity of cows. And how glorious is devotional service that just once I happened to give some charity. In comparison to the whatever that crores and millions and billions and trillions of rupees or dollars that he spent in charity, giving charity of cows, this was hardly costing anything. One temple and few Bhagavatas, Bhagavatam, etc. But this is going to lead to darshan of the Lord. So this was so helpful. So he glorified Bhakti Devi, Bhakti process all throughout, as long as he lived in the body of a lizard. When he met Yamaraj and Yamaraj told, you fall down. And when he fell down, while falling only he became the body of a lizard. And he fell down in that river, in that well. And all throughout he had been contemplating on the glorious position of the process of devotional service. That just that one activity and so much gratitude to that Brahmin whom he had donated. So that led to so much of purification. So Krishna gives the necessary intelligence for the devotee who is sincere. And that all requires just association of some devotee, sincere devotee. He associated with that great soul. That was enough for him to lead to perfection. And this is the perfection now, final point of perfection. The Lord is in front of him only. And now that he had the opportunity to see the Lord, he could understand that he had received special mercy from the personality of Godhead. So, yasya prasadat bhagavat prasado. Without the mercy of the spiritual master, one cannot get the mercy of the Lord. And without the mercy of the devotees, one cannot get even mercy of spiritual master. So for him, that Brahmin only was devotee as well as spiritual master. All other so-called royal priests, at least one must be there, head in his mantri mandal. So they just guided him for this kind of pious activities which led nowhere, rather they led to well only, that too as a lizard. Maybe huge in size, but bigger difficulty with that huge size maybe. Could not even come out of it. So just little bit association of devotee is more valuable. That tulayam lave napi naswargam na punarbhavam bhagvat sangi sangasya martyanam kimutashisha. Twice it comes, very surprisingly. In our first canto discussion it comes where 18th chapter? 18th chapter it comes that and the other is prachetas, in glorifying the Lord when the Lord came in front of them in the water. So there same verse, tulayam lave napi. One just cannot compare a moment means lava. Lava is 1/14th of a second. Tulayam lave napi naswargam na punarma. It cannot be compared to heavenly achievement, being in heavenly planet for thousands of years. Or naswargam na punarbhavam, getting merging into Brahma Jyoti, liberation. No. Bhagavad Sangi Sangasya, just little bit association of devotee of the Lord. Martyanam ki mutashisha. What could be a better benediction than the association of such devotees even for a moment? Sadhu Sanga Sarva Shastri Hoy, Lava Matra Sadhu Sange Sarva Siddhi Hoy. All perfection would be reached just by little bit of association of sadhus or one sadhu for 1/14th of a second also. So we should appreciate sadhu sangha that we are floating in. Devotees all around. Brahmacharis are most fortunate people on planet Earth. Even sannyasis for that matter have to travel alone. They should have reached that consciousness level by which they don't allow Maya to sink in. though they are traveling so much out. But brahmacharis are more or less inside the temple only. Brahmachari gurukule vasan. They stay in gurukul only. They don't travel so much. Because of the need of the time in ISKCON, because of lack of sannyasis, even brahmacharis have to get into preaching. Preaching is only for sannyasis. For brahmacharis, it is student life. Learning scriptures. This is for brahmacharis. For grihasthas, sense gratification with the charitable disposition. And for vanaprasthas, penance, austerities. So, we are so blessed. People hanker to come to temple, and we are inside the temple only, surrounded by so many devotees. And maybe we are hankering to go out. No problem. We should go out to preach. Prithvitya chayat nagaradigram sarvatra prachara hoibe moranam, to spread, to make the Vani of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu come true. For that reason we can get out, go out. Yes, that is okay. But otherwise we should be inside the temple only. Yes.
Here in general it is said, Nirga is saying, you are usually only visible to those who have destroyed the bondage of samsara. I have heard this many times. But Lord is also visible to Indra and other demigods. Means sometimes we hear that they are going to with Brahma and to Shir Sagar and Purushottam.
There even Brahma cannot see.
But sometimes Lord himself appeared, like when he came as the Varahadev. He gave darshan to everyone. So I am saying means...
no, not everyone, some could see.
Means now Krishna is there, even demigods also can take darshan, come and take darshan.
Yeah, that way Duryodhana also saw, no?
So that's why I am asking.
Seeing is not just seeing, one has to see as he is.
So whether he is also seeing as he
Yeah, that is revealed now. He is going to offer prayers. No? He is already offering.
Prayers Indra also offered in Brahma, that Govardhan Puja. I am just asking how to understand. Means it's by Lord's mercy he gives darshan to anyone.
Yes.
Otherwise nobody can see unless he is beyond samsara, like that.
And then also, even if he is beyond samsara, in a sense, he has purified himself, then also without Lord's causeless mercy, he will not be. Athapi te deva padam bhujadvaya prasada leshanu gruhita evahi janati tattvam bhagavam mahimno nachanyam ekopi chiranvichin. The Lord's darshan audience is not so easy. One should have gone through a lot of things. But by associating with devotees, it becomes very easy.
In this body of lizard, he was remembering his previous life. Bharat Maharaj, he would remember in deer skin. Then Nalakuvar Mani grew in a... So, Miss, what is that, Miss, that they get remembrance? Miss, in what basis? Like, only those who did bhakti, they only remember, or previous life?
No, by the mercy of the devotee. Narad Muni blessed Nalakuvar Mani grew. And Bharat Maharaj's special case, as Srila Vishnu Shakti Thakur says, that was arrangement by the Lord, his and Priyavrat's cases. But otherwise, here also he is blessed by the devotee. For them, they have to get purified. No? When they committed that mistake, they regret. And that regret should go on for thorough purification. So they will be able to remember. Like that. It's like in our life here also, if we, Hare Krishna, if we commit some mistake, how that, purifies us, isn't it? We always remember, how did I do that? Very bad. But that is because it is within the same life. But if we change and go to the next body, we might forget this. So they don't want to forget it, in a sense. They want to remember their forgetfulness of the Lord, their mistake and all that. So they are blessed by the devotee only, who so-called curses or blesses or whatever. Remembrance of the Lord as well as one's past mistakes, all mercy of the devotees only. Otherwise, because of that only that sincerity is awarded, by which one thinks always of his mistakes. And as much as one is not surrendered to devotees and under illusory energy, then he will think more of his greatness. Oh, I did that in the past and this, how glorious I am. And neglecting all the mistakes he did so far. So that is how it is. When Maya blesses, then one always contemplates on one greatness in the past. And when devotee of the Lord blesses, then always one contemplates on the mistakes of the past. This, what you call, Tatyanukampam also says that, Atmakrutam Vipakam, that I committed millions of mistakes. So that is required for making advancement in spiritual life. So that right kind of thoughts, they are blessings of the Lord.
Is it because of blessing of devotee or by doing lot of piety?
No, piety has nothing to do with that.
He is saying, I am able to remember because of lot of charity to Brahmanas.
No, that is the blessing.
Seeing the Lord because of the devotee blessing, but remembering previous life because of Brahmanas, so much piety is there. Previously, he himself says, I am able to remember previous life.
That much is you see 25 you see. Therefore even till now I have never forgotten my past life. See, in that Brahmana, the topmost Brahman is that Brahman only, for whom he built the temple as well as this thing. He's saying, I was devoted to the Brahmins and generous to them, and I always hankered for your audience. So where this hankering come from? Bhaktya sanjayate bhakti. Bhakti cannot be from millions and trillions of Brahmanas. The best of the Brahmanas cannot instill that hankering for bhakti in your heart. They don't have capacity. That Prahlad Maharaj was that Vipra Dvishad Guna and all that, even the Brahman decorated with 12 qualities, he can't even deliver himself. Forget about any of his relatives. Whereas the devotee, even born in Shopaja family, he can deliver not only himself, all his ancestors and everyone. That is the power. We should never compare any of these pious activities with bhakti. Never. That becomes that which offense? 8th offense. No question. All millions of pious activities, yagya, dan, tapa, that cannot be compared with one Hare or Krishna or Ram or anything. Even Halam Riktam, that is also accepted by the Lord as Hari. So never compare. There is another verse also, Koti Ashwamedha Yagya Madhe Eka Harinama Sresht or Sama Eka Harinama, something like that. Jai Kahe Dande Tarayama. Say Pashandi Dande Tarayama. If one says crores of Ashwamedha, one Ashwamedha, we know how difficult it is. We don't even know in one sense. We have never seen or done. So Koti Ashwamedha Yagya, if one thinks that is equivalent to one Harinam. Eka Krishna Nam. Sama. Say Pashandi. Yahi kahe, say Pashandi, Dande Tare Yama. Yamaraj will punish him like anything. So we cannot compare. Harinam is Harinam. Golokera Prema Dhan. Harinam Sankirtan. In Krishna's treasury also Harinam is topmost. Nama sama vastunai ye bhava samsare name se paramadhana krishnera bhandare. In this material world, so many vastus are there, things. In this, we have laptop here, table here, glass, bottle, books, and so many things. And in the whole of material creation, how many millions and billions and trillions and quadrillions of things. They cannot be put all together, all of them put together cannot be compared with one Harinam. Namasama vastu nahi ye bhava samsari. Somebody may say, okay, this is anyway material world. Spiritual world is 3/4, 3 times of this. And there are transcendental things. So they will be able to, any one of them can compare with Harinam. No, all of them put together also cannot be compared to one Harinam. But then what about in Krishna's treasury? There must be so many special things. Whatever, diamonds, emeralds, rubies, lapis lazuli or whatever. So he said, no. Name se paramadhana krishnera bhandare. Even in Krishna's treasury also, holy name is the topmost treasure. Topmost. Why? Because Krishna has everything in the creation but one thing. He just doesn't have one thing with Krishna. Krishna doesn't have. What is that? Our hearts. He doesn't have our heart. That is problem. And he cannot snatch it and take it himself. So that heart he gets when one chants Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Buddha Bhava Samanvita. They worship me with all their hearts. So Lord gets our heart, which is the only thing in life He doesn't have. In creation He doesn't have. And He gets our heart as we chant His holy name. So that's why holy name is the topmost treasure, even in Krishna's treasury. So anyway, spiritual life in general cannot be compared with millions and billions of pious activities put together. We should never think in those lines. Anyway, so that is 26th. In the commentary, Chakravarti says, the memory of me completes the idea. Durga did not openly say of me due to his humility and for other reasons. Even today, both in the body of a lizard and in the body of a very proud demigod, which also is unfavorable for such remembrance, that memory has not been lost. Astonished at his seeing Krishna, who is rarely seen, Durga thrilled at his good fortune. He said, how did you become visible to my eyes, since even great mystic yogis such as Sanaka can only meditate upon you through the eyes of the Upanishads in their purified hearts? What is more, you are directly Adhokshaja, the personality of Godhead himself, who broke the cart demon. Yet you have shown yourself to such a lowly person as me, whose intelligence has been blinded by great suffering. Furthermore, you are usually only visible to those who have destroyed the bondage of samsara, bhavapavargaha. So why are you visible to me? It should not be so. It happened only by the blessing of some great devotee. Some great devotee. Means that only, that person. Question is small only generally.
Here, Jiva Goswami and other acharyas are saying he is not boasting about himself that I am able to remember. But in Srila Prabhupada disciples they have written. Srila Jiva Goswami comments on this verse, since Kirga openly declares that he has two outstanding qualities, and then he says that.
1 minute, some kind of noise is there.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. हाँ लेकिन वो गोस्वामी बोल रहे हैं कि they are saying that he is not boasting, but they have written that Jiva Goswami is saying he is boasting. But Jiva Goswami, where he has written he is boasting?
Where they have written that Jiva Goswami is saying that he is boasting?
25th.
25 purport? Where? Middle of?
हाँ he is. But Jiva Goswami writes he is not boasting out of humility, he is removing the I word. Jiva Goswami says, I have never lost my memory. However, he omits the subject I out of humility. And even Biswanath Chakravarti Thakur also says out of humility. But they are writing that he is boasting.
Some Acharya must have commented.
But they are saying Jiva Goswami is saying, but Jiva Goswami never says here. Okay.
Okay, find out. Yeah. Okay, you find out. We'll go ahead. 27, 28. Deva Deva Jagannatha Govinda Purushottama Narayana Rishikesha Punya Shloka Achyuta Vyaya Anujani Himam Krishna Yantam Devagatim Prabho Yatra Kwapi Satascheto Bhuyan Me Tvatpadaspadam. O Devdev, Jagannath, Govind, Purushottam, Narayan, Rishikesh, Punya Shlok, Achyut, Avyay. O Krishna, please permit me to depart from the world of the demigods. Wherever I live, O Master, may my mind always take shelter of your feet. Chakravarti writes, his faith emboldened upon receiving Krishna's mercy and thus attaining the status of servitude, King Durga begins to recite the Lord's names and then asks permission to live. The spirit of his prayer is as follows. You are Devdev, God even of the gods, and Jagannath, the master of the universe. So please be my master. O Govinda, please make me your property with the same merciful glance you use to enchant the cows. You can do this because you are Purushottama, the supreme form of Godhead. O Narayan, since you are the foundation, Ayanam, Adhishthanam of the living entities, Naraha, Jivaha, please be my support even though I am a fallen living entity, Jiva. O Rishikesha, master of the senses, please make my senses concentrate on you. O Punya Shloka, now you have become famous as the deliverer of Durga. O Achyuta, please never leave my heart. You will not suffer any loss, Avyaya, in doing so. May my mind always have your feet as its object of meditation. So all these words have loaded meaning, yes, intention, just not randomly speaking. So when we are chanting in the morning while applying tilak, Om Keshvaya Namaha, Om Narayana Namaha, how many of you chant all 12 names properly? It is pronounced through your mouth. I don't do that. This is the most important. So it takes at least 2-3 minutes. Yes, Shri Guru Prabhu? Minimum 2-3 minutes. So here though the Keshav is not there only in a sense, because it takes so long. From the beginning till end there is no Keshav only. But anyway afterwards then Keshav Om Narayana Namaha Madhava Namaha Govinda. It's already 4:30 or already all pervading. All the lords have come there. Keshav, Madhav, Govind. Yeah, which one you had appointed for me, the place? Oh, that I don't know. You find out. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Many times I am just hearing Guru Maharaj lecture only. I think in that everything is there. Vamandev is there, Govind is there, Rishikesh, Damodar. But it will be nice if we recite and understand also what it means. Huh? You don't know? Om Keshvaya Namaha, Om Narayana Namaha. Huh? Oh, that I don't know. Anybody knows? That shloka is there, Lalate Keshavam. So that shloka says this place for this Lord. As such, technically, I don't know where that Lalate, where is it from? That must be from some Puran somewhere. So that way it is said, but then technically we don't know why that position only for that Lord. There may be some, because that Yashoda Maya also, whenever Krishna would be in danger, so she would have that mantra part, and in that, Lord Adoksha, let him protect you from back, and let this Lord protect you from head or whatever. So it seems they have some fixed position, but based on what, that I don't know. That you all find out. Huh? वैसा ही है? Yeah. Okay, ठीक है. So you all find out why only that position for that Lord. Why not some other place? Like all of us, also if you see, we are all having fixed places only. Okay, I am speaker, I have to be here. But even you all, if you see, your chairs are fixed, your position is fixed. You have changed, okay. You are very flexible. But these lords, they have been given fixed position. Okay, no problem. Whosoever comes first, he gets it. That name, each name has first of all, the Lord is there. Vamandev, we know, he performed that pastime. Then Rishikesh is the controller of the senses. Govinda, he gives pleasure to the senses. Like that. The meaning is there. In fact, you can remember pastime. Name is one thing. If you are advanced, you will go in pastime only. Nama, Rupa, Guna, Lila. Lila is a perfection. In that Govinda means, Indra gave the name to Krishna. Though eternally Krishna's name is Govinda only, but after Indra Garva Haran, then he said, okay, you are really, I think Surabhi gave, Surabhi, you are really Govinda. Otherwise this fellow Indra was going to kill cows. He is not the protector of cows, he is a killer of cows, Go Hatyara. But you protected us from this Go Hatyara as well as cow killing also that he was going to do. So you are our Govinda, we accept you only as the master of all of us. So we can get into pastime, but that requires very high consciousness. At least let us chant the name Govinda, Vaman, Rishikesh, whatever it is. And if you can remember something related to form comes, good. Vamandev comes in your mind, good. Like that. One who is holding Shri. Even Narsingh Dev is also having, no? Lakshmi sitting on his lap and he is that Mukha Padma Bhrunga. Jai Narsimha, Shri Narsimha, Jai Jai Narsimha Dev, Praladesha, Jaya Padma, Mukha Padma Bhrunga, Ugram Veeram Mahavishnum, Jwalantam Sarvato Mukham, Narsimham Bhishanam Bhadram, Mrutyur Namamiham. So Jaya Padma, he is looking at the what do you call lotus like face of Jaya Lakshmi, because he is Bhrunga. He is like a bumblebee. So bumblebee always gets attracted to lotus. So here the lotus is Jaya Padma. So lotus like face of Lakshmi. So some meditation. Basically he is having purpose behind each word that he uses. So we could also have. If nothing comes to mind, just chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. And know the meaning of this Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Oh Lord, please engage me in your loving devotions. That is okay. 29th. Namaste Sarva Bhavaya Brahmane Ananta Shaktaye Krishnaya Vasudevaya Yoganam Pataye Namaha. I offer my repeated obeisances unto you, Krishna, the son of Vasudeva. You are the source of all beings, the supreme absolute truth, the possessor of unlimited potencies, the master of all spiritual disciplines. Chakravarti Pad writes, I have an attitude of servitude toward you, but you are the object of all types of love. Therefore, I offer respects to you, within whom exist all bhavas, loving relationships. Durga first declares Krishna to be the shelter of the mood of neutrality, Shanta Bhava. See the meanings are given here. Shanta Bhava. By calling Krishna the personified form of Brahman, Brahmane. The second line, first word. Next, Durga declares Krishna to be the shelter of the mood of servitude, Dasya Bhav. When he says Ananta Shaktaye, you are the possessor of unlimited powers, Master, or the form of grandeur. Durga declares Krishna to be the shelter of the mood of friendship, Sakhya Bhav, by saying Krishnaya, he who gives constant bliss, which is also the name of Arjun, who had a similar name, form and qualities of Krishna, as Krishna, being treated equally by him. This is confirmed in the Mahabharata, Udyog Parva 71.4. Krushir bhuvachakah shabdo nascha nivrittivachakah tayor aikyam param brahma Krishna iti abhidhiyate. The word Krish is the attractive feature of the Lord's existence, and Na means spiritual bliss. When the verb Krish is added to Na, it becomes Krishna, which indicates the absolute truth. Durga declares Krishna to be the shelter of the parental mood, Vatsalya Bhav, by saying Vasudevaya, the son of Vasudev. Durga states that Krishna is the shelter of the mood of conjugal love, Madhurya Bhav, by saying to the husband, Pataye, Bhartre, of those women who have deep devotion, Yoganam, Bhakti Yogam Mayinam, like Rukmini. So all rasas are there. Brahmane, Ananta Shakti, Krishna, Vasudev and Pati. Thirtieth.
About holy name, so I must speak about Harikatha. So surely I fully agree about the holy name, and our heart will go there. However, the same Krishna enters when we hear Katha. Sadhyo Ruddhi Avarudhyate Tara Krishnubhi. Shushubhi and Pravishta Karna Randhrena. So Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati says that Harinam is compared to Krishna and Harikatha is compared to Swarup Shakti. So surely we want Krishna, but Krishna is attracted to Swarup Shakti. So Swarup Shakti is also equally powerful and she serves Krishna.
Okay.
So
I
that is-
quoted the verse of Namacharya Haridas Thakur from Sri Harinam Chintamani.
So I was searching verse, I didn't get that. It is in
Harinam
Harinam Chintamani.
Chintamani,
Okay.
Haridas Thakur saying to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Yes.
The whole thing is discussion between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Haridas Thakur.
Yes, thank
This
you.
is the topmost verse in whole of Sri Harinam Chintamani.
Yeah, and I told the topmost verse of Bhagavatam. So
Okay, so now
and
Bhagavatam we are
coming to
only
this
continuing.
verse, coming to this verse, actually these names, as you said beautifully, quoted the purport. Actually, similar thing Kunti Maharani also prays when she is taking names.
Nama Pankaja Nava hai, Nama.
Not that one. That is also there. That is a darshan actually, but rasas.
Okay, ठीक है.
That is the next verse of that.
Yes. Our Acharya Vishwanath Thakur will give Rasik
Yeah,
commentary.
so that is Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Yes.
So she goes till he is not going till the gopis, but
He went to Rukmini,
yeah,
Pati.
Pati.
Pata.
So she goes to gopis, but she is very uncomfortable to speak openly about gopi nam lover or like that. So these verses of Bhagavatam has deep rasa in every verse.
Yes.
So they are also very relishable like Hare Krishna Mahamantra.
Yes. थर्टियत् इति उक्त्वा तं परिक्रम्य पादौ स्पृष्ट्वा स्वमौलिना अनुज्ञातो विमानाग्र्यम् आरुहत् पश्यतां नृणाम्. Having spoken thus, Maharaj Dhruva circumambulated Lord Krishna and touched his crown to the Lord's feet. Granted permission to depart, King Dhruva then boarded a wonderful celestial airplane as all the people present looked on. Krishna instructed him, after your enjoyment is finished, you will attain me. Chakroti passes. 31. Krishna parijanam praha Bhagavan Devaki sutaha Brahmanya devo dharmatma Rajanyan anushikṣayan. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna, the son of Devaki, who is especially devoted to the Brahmans and who embodies the essence of religion, then spoke to his personal associates and thus instructed the royal class in general. 32nd. Durjaram bata brahmaswam Bhuktam agner managapi Tejiyasopi kimuta Ragyam Ishwaramanina. Lord Krishna said, how indigestible is the property of a Brahman, even when enjoyed just slightly and by one more potent than fire. What then to speak of kings who try to enjoy it, presuming themselves lords? Purport. Even those made powerful by austerity, mystic yoga and so on cannot enjoy property stolen from a Brahman. And what to speak of others? And Chakravarti says, Sri Krishna said, the property of a Brahman being enjoyed even a little by theft or other means is indigestible even for a person powerful as fire due to great austerities or mystic perfections. So Brahmaswa is the word, and this section is talking about that only. Krishna has taken his relatives, Yadus and all, for this reason only. 33rd. Naham halahalam manne Visham yasya pratikriya Brahmaswam hi visham proktam Nasya pratividhir bhuvi. So he is saying no antidote for the stolen property of Brahman. I do not consider halahal to be real poison because it has an antidote. But a Brahman's property when stolen can truly be called poison, for it has no antidote in this world. So even for halahal also there is antidote. I think only Krishna knows. Halal is also considered so worst of the things. Who? Before death. They were at the time. Acha, before that. No, but how can... That we don't know. Ultimately we had to get him in the pages of Bhagavatam in 10th canto, Krishna's audience. That had to fructify, blessing of a Vaishnava. In the purport, he says, one who takes a Brahman's property thinking to enjoy it has actually taken the most deadly poison. Janiya, Shuniya, Vishakhainu. So we are drinking worldly poison. And worst in that worldly poison could be taking Brahmana's property for our enjoyment. You have something to ask? Yeah.
Prabhuji, in this verse, it is clear that if we stole the property of Brahmana, then only it is not good, or it is sinful activity.
We stole.
Somebody stole. That then he is that is not good for him, and for that activity there is no antidote. It is clearly told. But in previous purport, it is told that theft or other means. Other means what?
The earlier purport or?
Purport by Vishwanath Chakravarti.
Acha, Vishwanath Chakravarti. What is the question?
That it is not clear. Means one part is clear by theft, and or other means it is told. So regarding other
That is coming ahead, I think. That is coming. One may take by his permission, but that permission he Brahman might give because he is helpless. So all that I think the conditions are covered by Krishna only.
And also, Prabhuji, that Brahmana doesn't keep much with him, no? Means because one of his qualities dana is.
Yes, but no, they are allowed, it seems, because even those Brahman Patnis, Yagik Brahman Patnis, they were very opulent. They were sitting on Simhasan only, plus all earring, golden, everything. They were very opulent. So they were wives of Brahmanas. The Brahmanas were opulent. I don't know how they become so opulent and how they are allowed to be opulent, but they are. In general, Brahman is supposed to be poverty stricken. He should not keep anything. But at least, you might have gone through that section, no? Yeah, that was in Vrindavan section only, no? Yagik Brahman Patni. So what Acharya said, commentary on how they are sitting on golden throne, wearing golden earrings and all that. Very opulent they are.
At that time it doesn't.
You don't remember?
Not
Again,
clear
read
at
again.
that time. Opulence not clear.
Next Bhakti Vedanta batch also you join with us. We'll discuss hopefully. Brahma what?
Someone will find out.
Okay. What is Madhav Seva Prabhu saying?
They are not poverty stricken actually. They have a lot of power, but they choose it. Sometimes
Voluntarily they choose poverty. Yeah, we hear that this also, na, Dhananjay. So all Brahmanas were given in golden plate and a very opulent thing. They thought the things are required. What is the gold plate required? They just throw it. Maruttaki. So they get opulence, but they be choosing.
produce on.
That is a yogic power. But we are talking about Brahmanas who don't have yogic powers.
Generally, that power. They can call any demigod.
Okay. Yes. Chaitanya Prasad Prabhu has something to say.
So this lizard,
Druga.
Nriga, he gets a Devata body and returns back to heavens. It's told that after you enjoy, you come and attain me, like that the Lord is mentioning. So, do we understand that he developed fully prema? I'm asking.
That I don't know whether to make
it.
comment like that or not, because without Acharya saying how can we say.
Like,
but he has that thing for enjoyment. Earlier also it was told, and Lord also is sanctioning. After that he will go. For that matter, prapya punya krutam lokan ushitva shashvati samaha shuchinam shrimatam gehe yogo prashta vijayate. So the devotee also who could not perfect his life goes to heavenly planets and enjoys for many thousands of years, and then he is born as a child of Brahman or Vaishnava
Like
or whatever.
in case of these two sons of Kubera, when Lord does that pastime, they develop prema, right? We understand.
We understand means,
I'm not remembering the comments. of
yeah, if
Acharya. I'm
commentary
asking
is there,
here.
then it's fine.
And similarly, this of Gajendra, when I remember Gajendra is desiring to taste sweetness of Lord, he goes back. But what exactly happened? Can someone, you can.
He
add
was
here,
Gandharva earlier.
These cases can be seen.
And he went only to his Gandharva lok only. Years later, what happens that we don't know.
For the sons of Kubera, it is told clearly.
No, he is talking about who.
Also. So that he has.
भगवान लेके गए उसको क्यों नहीं लेके गए? मेरे को भी प्रश्न है ये, गजेंद्र को भगवान लेके गए, हु को लेके नहीं?
Gajendra was Indradyumna, na, and he performed devotional service. Just because of that slight offense to Gautam Rishi, that was the Agastya thing, or whatever.
Similarly,
And he has perfected his life in one sense earlier only. थोड़ा सा जो भी है. Who was a Gandharva? Who? That at least I don't say. If some Acharya says, then I will also say. So I don't remember. I have not read only that Acharya's commentary on Gandharva section. That.
Point of what is that which makes one develop prema? Like we say in Nalakuvar Manigrave, is it because they had an association and curse of the sage? Here it was Brahmanas. Like, Brahmanas cursed. It was not like some great devotee, but he had an association of great devotee. That's why he had that desire to see Lord, as we see in commentary. So, has it developed prema? Because Lord is telling, after your enjoyment you come.
He may develop there. In case he has not developed, he will develop there. Na? So many thousands of years he will enjoy on heavenly planet. So there he will associate with some great pure devotee demigods or Narad Rishi, somebody.
Like he told
see, perfection is guaranteed. You will come back to my abode. So whether he is already a pure devotee on the platform of prema now, or in these next thousands of years of stay in heaven, that why to worry so much?
Answer is written here.
For Gajendra. For Gajendra.
Who. The story purport is right. The story of how Gandharva had become a crocodile will be described later. The curse by which the Gandharva took this position was actually a blessing, not a curse. Devala Rishi had cursed, na? So one should not be displeased when a saintly person curses someone, for his curse indirectly is a blessing. The Gandharva had a mentality of an inhabitant of the celestial planetary system, and for him to become an associate of the Supreme Lord would have taken millions of long years. However, because he was cursed by Deval Rishi, he became a crocodile, and in only one life was fortunate enough to see the Supreme Personality of Godhead face to face and be promoted to the spiritual world to become one of the Lord's associate. Similarly, Gajendra was also delivered by the Supreme Lord when he was freed from curse of Agastya Muni. So both went to spiritual world.
Both went, Lord took Gajendra immediately. And who went to Gandharva Lok for one life.
He went and preached.
Okay. For whom? For this person. At least he is going to his planet only, and he will enjoy for long, and then afterwards he will go back to Godhead. Lord has given that assurance.
So, allowing someone to stay and enjoy or taking immediately is dependent on
Their desire and many other things. Lord's desire also, like Dhruva also was regretting for his. Lord wanted him to rule. Yudhishthir and others, they were fit for going back to Godhead, but Lord wanted them to rule because he is a dharma sansthapanataya. Yudhishthir will establish dharma. Lord's desire, devotee's desire, all that. Should we go ahead?
But just the darshan of Lord itself is a sufficient cause for developing prema.
That way that what is his name? Urvashi is, not Urvashi. Who? Devayani is, not Devayani. Urvashi's husband, what is his name? Purava. Purava also saw the Lord, na? No, I am saying Purava saw the Lord or not? हाँ, the Lord came, na? Oh, Purva. Purva, you're saying? Draga. Hmm. I can't say, bro. No matter how much you ask, I cannot say that he developed prema unless some acharya has said, or somebody has to say, na. My simple answer or thing is whether he is already pure devotee on the platform of prema right now, or by staying in that heavenly planet for thousands of years, whatever the term, there he develops prema. Is how does it matter? At the end, he is going to go to Krishna only. It is not mentioned like that, na? You know, he went to Gandharva, he says, and he preached to the other Gandharvas.
I mentioned that.
Hare Krishna.
He was promoted to the spiritual world to become one of the Lord's associates.
When?
Later. And next verse says that, having been favored by the Lord, king who circumambulated the Lord and all bodies of his senses, then while the Devata watched, he returned to the Gandharva Lok, freed from all sins. And later he went to.
So he went to Gandharva.
Then later, but he already got free from all sins.
See, why are you so much? Prema will.
Prabhuji, is it a necessary factor that one develops prema to go back to Godhead? Because in Harinam Chintamani, there is one shloka of Ajamila, where it is chanted, one gets liberated.
Where?
There is one shloka in Ajamil section,
Huh.
which speaks about just anybody chants the holy name, they become liberated. So in that commentary, Sachindan Maharaj writes, just by chanting holy names without affection, you can get liberated. But if you want prema, you should have affection. So the difference between prema and liberation. So what I'm saying in this case, both the cases, who and this Naga, they got liberated and they went back to Godhead. Prema, yes. Yes, but here associate means in Vaikuntha it's a Shanta, no? In case of Naga, there is yes. At least that commentary of Sachin Maharaj writes, if you want to Goloka Vrindavana and associate, then you need prema for that, and then affection is needed for that.
In Vaikuntha only two and a half rasas are there, Shanta, Dasya and that is just
Aishwarya.
with material desires, huh?
भगवद गीता जन्म कर्म च मे दिव्यम एवं अविति तत्वता त्यक्त्वा देह पुनर्जन्म नेति मामेति सोचुना. Never is mentioned material desire. His Grace Balaram Shakti who told in class, it is clearly mentioned here that nothing is required. You can go back to Godhead.
With material desires.
Yes, but only you want to Golok Vrindavan. Vrindavan is very difficult. It is very difficult. You
No, but
have
how
to have
with
a guru. You have to have a guru, and then only you can.
Okay, how with material desires one goes to
He said
Vaikuntha?
there is no condition mentioned here.
Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti.
No, yes, I forget about prema. With material desires you can go to Vaikuntha. आपका प्रेम तो बहुत ऊपर रह गया.
So there are Brahmanas in Vaikuntha also. They will stand, Om Tat Vishnu, Om Parvata. They will go there because all these muktis, Sarokya, Sarokya, only the best mukti is Samipti. Because even if you have the Vishnu form also,
You cannot associate with the Lord.
like this, there is no relationship. One with the Samipti, you come near to Lord and get a chance for him to elevate. They are Samipti. They don't have same form of like Lord.
You can read it from there, no issue. Hare Krishna. This is, where is this from? Okay, चलो मैं पढ़ देता हूँ. See what is it? There are three columns and three rows. First is types of bhakti, that is sadhans. That is Keval Bhakti, Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti, and Guni Bhuta Bhakti. And second column is process details and Bhagavata verses. So Keval Bhakti is pure milk without water, the example is given. Keval Bhakti. Pure Bhakti unmixed with Gyan, Karma or Yoga. There are several verses of Bhagavata. Then Pradhani Bhut Bhakti is milk with water. That is predominance of Bhakti with mixture. Karma Mishra Bhakti, Bhagavata 7.16, first three. Then Jnana Mishra Bhakti, 7.16, last that is Jnani. Or Yoga Mishra Bhakti, Bhagavata 8.12. And third is Guni Bhuta Bhakti, that is only water only. So in that predominance of Karma, Jnana or Yoga and not Bhakti. So accordingly the destination of the three results, Sadhya of processes, that is sadhans. So first Keval Bhakti. Keval Bhakti that leads to close associate of Lord with Dasya, Sakhya and other rasas. Vraja Prem can only develop by constant sadhana of Keval Bhakti. Next is Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti. In that Karma Mishra Bhakti is leading to attainment of respective desires and later liberation like Sukhaishwarauttara Salokya. Bhagavata 9.25. Jnana Mishra Bhakti leads to Shantarati, 4 Kumara Shukdev Goswami, that is Kripa Siddhas. If they happen to get pure devotion, PD, pure devotion, a pure devotee association attains Dasya Sakhya predominated by Aishwarya.
So here it is there, that the material desires will be fulfilled. Then they will go to Vaikuntha.
Acha, after desires are fulfilled here,
Yes.
then they will go, na?
Because 9.25.
So when they go there, they don't have material desires, no? Material desires are fulfilled here only.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
In that sense it is. But Prema is not added.
Prema is not done, that is okay. And last Guni Bhuta Bhakti, that is Gyan Yoga or Ashtang Yoga leading to impersonal liberation. That is anyway out of question.
Anyone who worships Krishna will attain. That's what Krishna says, no? 9.25 is Yanti Deva Varta Deva. That will 9.25. So those who worship me will come to me.
Okay, so you forward this to all chart.
And this is sometimes like it is those who are worshippers of Paramatma, they also go to Vaikuntha, but they remain outside. So he's also now the Salokya, what is mentioned here, Salokya, he is on same planet, but he will not be able to serve the Lord.
No, this is only Samipya, as he said. Those only, they are the only ones who can interact with the Lord. All others, that Sarupya, he is only having form like the Lord. That Salokya, he is on the same planet. But they can't, they can see the Lord from distance, but there is no interaction there.
Vaikuntha, there is no relationship.
So can we say they are the associate of the Lord?
Who?
Salokya and Samsara.
Salokya, they all are associates only, but then not that kind of close intimacy. That is only for Samipya people.
And when that says, no, that sloka, Seva Manana Grinanti,
So they have seva, na? All over Vaikuntha there is seva only of the Lord.
So they don't want such mukti unless some seva is there near to the Lord.
No, near to the Lord word is not defined over there. Vina mat sevanam, without my service they will not want any of these 4 muktis also.
So 4 mukti can be without seva also, that's what they are quoting. Vinamat sevanam means that, otherwise why they should quote that?
That is dominant, that is some residual self-centeredness is there. That's why Uttara is told, Aishwarya and Seva, Aishwarya and
Sukheshwaryottara.
Because dominance of Sukha and Aishwarya doesn't mean only Seva.
Pure milk, little water.
Some residual is there.
Already there, the milk is water. So इसमें जो भी है सब water है, थोड़ा milk और पानी.
Water is there. That's Keval, na? Keval is water.
Keval is up. That is no water there. This is Pradhani Bhuta.
Here at least some affection must be there. Because here prema, so here some affection. Otherwise,
Yeah, that's why they desire to be there, na? Otherwise why will they be there?
it is said that while they are flying with their wives in the Vaikuntha planet, they are getting attached to the glories of the Lord, not to the bodies of the wives. So some affection is higher than what we say spiritual body to their wives.
आके देख के गया होगा, मैं दिखा नहीं होगा ऐसा नहीं.
Their affection?
Their attachment to the Lord.
चलिए पहले आज दीजिए तो किसी को गाड़ी से भिजवा दीजिए, तो ये एक कभी से चला रहा है,
in wife's beauty.
भेजी नहीं, मतलब कि कपड़
There
रहेंगे
no
तभी
kind of that sex and all that stuff there. Just like Prabhu's associate, like that the Prabhu Mata.
पैसा है लेके चला जाएगा गाड़ी।
Other, how could they be entering Vaikuntha in which Lord is in the center? हाँ नहीं, वो इधर ही उनको satisfy होके attainment of respective desires and then later liberation. Okay, Prabhus, we'll go ahead. Hmm.
They have material desire, they working, so they go there, and till the time they become disgusted with what they desire, they enjoy.
In Vaikuntha?
Not in Vaikuntha, here.
Here on planet Earth.
Not planet Earth, they have respective desires, wherever
Acha, heaven and all.
fully. Not here, it's means the quality.
Okay.
They will remain there till the time they become disgusted. So that way it is gone.
He will send. Don't worry. Okay, so that is 33rd. 34th. What happened? So here in the commentary, we read which one? 33rd. Which Chakradeva says, if it is like indigestible food, it cannot be as severe as actual poison. Krishna said, Shiva could digest that halahal poison, so that was not real poison. But there is no antidote for stealing from the Brahman. 34th. Hinasti vishamattaram vannirdhi prashamyati kulam samulam dahati brahmaswarani pavakaha. Poison kills only the person who ingests it. And an ordinary fire may be extinguished with water, but the fire generated from the kindling wood of a Brahman's property burns the thief's entire family down to the root. Purport. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti compares the fire ignited by stealing a Brahman's property to the fire that blazes within the cavity of an old tree. Such a fire cannot be put out even with the water of numerous rainfalls. Rather, it burns the whole tree from within, all the way down to the roots and in the ground. Similarly, the fire ignited by stealing a Brahman's property is the most deadly and should be avoided at all costs. Elaborate commentary says, Krishna said, even taking poison is preferable to taking a Brahman's property because poison only destroys the drinker. Can taking a Brahman's property be compared to fire in terms of its killing a conditioned soul by placing him in the cycle of birth and death? Krishna answered, a fire leaves the roots of a tree intact, but the fire whose kindling wood is a Brahman's property is a special kind of fire since it cannot be extinguished. It is just like the fire burning within the cavity of an old tree, which in the course of time grows to a great size and cannot be put out even with the water of numerous rainfalls. Rather, it burns the whole tree from within all the way down to the root. Similarly, the fire ignited by stealing a Brahman's property is the most deadly because it burns only one's family to the root. So not only he will suffer, his family will also suffer. 35th. Brahmaswam duranugyatam bhuktam hanti tripurusham prasayyatu balad bhuktam dasha purvan dasha paran. If a person enjoys a Brahman's property without receiving due permission, that property destroys 3 generations of his family. But if he takes it by force or gets the government or other outsiders to help him usurp it, then 10 generations of his ancestors and 10 generations of his descendants are all destroyed. 20 generations are gone. Chakravartipad writes, my friend and helper, without my giving it, is enjoying my wealth, therefore let him enjoy it. This is the meaning of not receiving permission, duranugyatam. So what is that Brahman thinking? My friend and helper, without my giving it, is enjoying my wealth, therefore let him enjoy it. This is the meaning of not receiving permission. Enjoying in this way destroys oneself, one's sons, and one's grandsons, 3 Purusha. If one enjoys by using force or the influence of the king, then 10 generations in the past and future will suffer. So there also you can see it's so bad. Without my giving it, only he is enjoying my wealth. Okay, he is my friend and helper. So that also permission is not there, but he has to accept it that way. This is Krishna, his question. What happened to?
What happened to King Nirga? Because here 3 generations are mentioned. So,
No, this is not in that category. This is Krishna guiding or cautioning his relatives. That Nirga story is over. He going to heaven and he will enjoy for many years. Then he will go back to God. That is not. This is main. Krishna wants to caution all his relatives. Yes. What is your question? Achha, our property second. Yeah, to the degree you are qualified Brahmin, your ancestral property that is supposed to come to you, if somebody else takes, he will suffer. Oh, that. In ashram, everybody think everything belongs to temple only. And we are not supposed to wear others' copings, nor should we use others' beddings, etc. That is Brahmanical. But if you take and that devotee feels bad, then you have done aparad. Not 3 generations, your whole spiritual life will be doomed because of aparad. Prem cannot enter. It is worse than taking property of Brahmins.
Here we find Lord is cautioning not to do this mistake, but like we know Skanda Purana is also meant for like, so there we find that when Brahma Hatyadikanicha and all these things are mentioned, Tulsi Marani, Pradakshina and all. So, and Puranas, like generally this Karma Kandi people only refer many times. This is not like Bhakti literature also fully. So,
not fully, but some bhakti is there in that.
So, they did not mean, this is there, measures are there, like somebody has circumambulated Tulsi Marani, even Brahma Hatya has been neglect, means forgiven, like that.
So for this also whether some antidote. Here Krishna said no antidote. Even halahal has antidote, but for this he says no antidote.
And Prabhuji, like then...
At least materially, like in the Brahma Hatyadi Kanicha, this is completely spiritual, no? You are entering in spiritual realm. Tulsi Devi came. That's what you have seen, no? Yani Kanicha Bapani. So that is Tulsi, no? So that way Tulsi's glory in that Padma Puran, that is written, no? Simply by touching, bowing down before, watering and all that, one goes to Vaikuntha only. So where is the question of all this? Antidote is already involved in that. Bhakti is altogether different. Bhakti to one Harinam can destroy sins which one cannot even think of committing. But this he is talking in the Karma Kandi in one sense, that there is no antidote. That materially you can do nothing to overcome your sin of killing, of stealing the property of a Brahmin.
Like many people ask Prabhuji, then so many invasions have happened in the past. Mughals have destroyed Brahmanas, looted their property, stole and everything. But still it appears that at least they are flourishing in the one sense.
They are not flourishing. These people down the line appear to be flourishing. Where they might be in hell only, those who did all that. And these their so-called descendants, they are also superficially happy, but internally they will not be able to. That sukh is not so-called to be measured based on external opulence. Just like that Bhogeshwarya Prasaktanam. What is the difference between Bhoga and Aishwarya?
Aishwarya means opulence, facilities are there.
Facility there, but he may not be able to enjoy. So when he is able to enjoy, then it is Bhog. Like rich people may arrange party in which gulab jamuns are sponsored. This fellow himself cannot take one because he has diabetes or something. So he cannot do Bhog. He can only show Aishwarya. See, I gave gulab jamuns. But he cannot do Bhog. So they may have Aishwarya there, but Bhog, they may not be able to do it. As much as one is
I have one question.
happy. You may have some terms in which you will measure, but that is not the thing. Yes.
Guruji, I have a question.
Yes.
Guruji, if somebody takes up a temple's donation, like now donations are coming for the temple, is it Brahmana's property or how we consider that?
It is Lord's property.
So now this is mentioned for the Brahmana's property. Now what is mentioned for the Lord's property, which is for the temple?
He's saying it is Prabhupada's property, who is a Brahman. But Prabhupada got everything for the Lord only. That we have to see where, somewhere it might be there. If somebody takes Lord's property, what happens to him? Actually, I don't remember.
And also if a Brahmana takes Lord's property.
Rajesh Prabhu is telling one story.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm not able to hear Prabhuji.
Yes, now you can hear. So this is Yamraj story I read in Puranas. Yamraj's wife, she asked Yamraj, what these doors are there? I want to see. Yamraj said, don't try to see, you will have a problem. He said, no, I want to see. And when this wife opened the door, she saw her own mother is being cooked there.
Krishna.
He said, why? Your mother in previous life stole property from the temple.
Hare Krishna. Yamaraj's mother-in-law.
And he said, Yama says, Yamamna karuna nasti, I can't help you. He said, mother, no problem. Only what happens if you can pray to Lord Vishnu and offer the bhakti, then only she can, I cannot. So that is a danger of taking temple property.
Haribol. It's horrible. Is that answering your question? Raja Krishna Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji. So it is separate. Means it is different and taking temple property. It's also crime, it's also sinful, but it's different from taking from a Brahmana's property.
Yes.
I wanted to understand.
Any other question? He has something, no?
Actually, something similar lines that these all things are being spoken by Krishna about Brahmanas. Even Krishna is speaking there in that section about Brahmanas externally.
Which section?
This Kumaras.
Huh?
Kumaras.
Acha,
yeah, so externally there it's very clear what he is speaking actually. Here the whole story is showing Vaishnava is greater actually. In one of the purports you read, no? Jiva Goswami's purport yesterday we read that this is not because of any Brahman but the devotee.
Yes, but this is Brahman under discussion here.
Yeah, so that's what I am wondering. His audience is kings, that's why he is speaking about Brahmanas. Because
they will usurp the property of Brahmanas, na?
Yes, exactly. It is
to caution.
Kshatriya kings who should be respectfully dealing with the
not only
Brahmanas.
Kshatriya kings, anybody and everybody should be respectfully dealing, but his more concern is for the Kshatriya kings.
Mainly, yeah. So it's audience specific address here. That's what.
See, earlier he said, if a person enjoys a Brahman's property, there it is general. If a person enjoys Brahman's property, it's a generalized terms. Though next verse says, members of the royal order blinded by royal opulences fail to foresee their own downfall. They are the ones who are likely to usurp because they are the rulers, no? Others will be not so much powerful. That's why.
Is that Lord is speaking to a particular audience about particular class of people.
But through that message is for all of us, no?
It is not like Vaishnava Dharma being spoken here directly by the Lord. Like 9.9 chapter when Krishna is speaking, Apichet Suduracharo and all, that is direct Vaishnava. Here it is not like that directly. So it will be different for Vaishnava. If Vaishnava is compassionate, even if someone steals Prabhupada, Haridas Prabhu came to steal. So Prabhupada is a different person altogether. So he will not be dealing, he will have a different rules and that kind of thing. Because
no, but in general, Vaishnavas also, if mistreated, there are things, no, that like aparats are there towards a Vaishnava. That Hanti Nindanti Vadveshti, Vaishnavana Abhinandati. Yeah. But the property that Vaishnava has for the service of the Lord, if that is stolen, there will be reactions for that. What? That we have to find out, but there will be.
Because stealing happened for temple of Ramanuja, not that, 3 people, like they stole and made the
ನಮ್ಮ ಆಳ್ವರು.
So I don't know from whom they stole.
ತಿರುವಂಗೆ ಆಳ್ವರು.
From whom they stole, maybe Brahmana.
Rich people.
Maybe, yeah, Vaishyas and all. Yeah, it's a different rule will apply there. It may not be this one. What is Lord is saying here?
Yes. So we'll go ahead.
Somewhere, no? Great souls cheat for great cause or something like that. I don't know.
Except Vaishnava, they had tortured everyone. This is the first Vaishnava in their life, Nityananda Prabhu. Because they were there and they were never here with devotees. Okay, 36th. Rajano Raja Lakshmandha Natmapatam Vichakshate Nirayam Ye Abhimanyante Brahmaswam Sadhu Balishaha. Members of the royal order, blinded by royal opulence, failed to foresee their own downfall. Childishly hankering to enjoy Brahman's property, they are actually hankering to go to hell. Like Kartaviri Arjun, this fellow, he took Kamdhenu of Jamadagni, Subala. So then he met with his own destruction. His head was chopped off and he lost his sons also, and everything was ruined. Not only that, 21 generations of Kshatriyas were finished off.
So, question here. That Brahmanas, when it is mentioned in especially Bhagavatam, we should get a sense of the purity of Brahmanas of that age, that they were Brahmajanati, the Brahmana, not the Brahmanas of this age. I mean, it's namesake Brahmanas. So the purity, I mean, the Vaishnavas, Brahmanas, they basically who do not even care for property or anything. They are just living to find the truth, absolute truth. And such people in general, I guess, is what the Lord is talking about. That they actually are not dependent on anyone except me, and hence if you do something, to take away something from them who are not even worried about wants, but they are just surviving on needs, because that is the minimum at least one should have, and you take that away from them, there is nothing that can save
but
it.
you see, even if some ordinary Shudra, Chandal or anybody is there, and from his house something is stolen by anybody, so then such a person, according to the law of the state, is a thief, and he will be punished in small way, big way, that is another thing, proportionately. So according to that also, these people also who take current, Kali Yuga Brahmana's property, they are also punishable, and Lord will also punish them, because that Brahmana will have some element of something related to the Lord. So accordingly, proportionately, it will be dealt with by the Lord. Is that okay?
Yes.
Yes.
11th canto, 27th chapter, 54 verse. So Prabhupada, in translation, anyone who steals the property of demigods or the demigods or Brahmanas, whether originally given to them himself or someone else, must live as worm in the stool for 100 million years.
Okay, Chakravarti Pas says, Krishna said, those who desire a Brahman's property for themselves also desire hell. They are foolish, not seeing their own downfall. 37-38. Grunnanti yavataha pamshun krandatam ashrubindavaha vipranam rutavrittinam vadanyanam kutambinam Rajano Rajakulyascha Tavato Abdannirankushaha Kumbhipakeshu Pachyante Brahma Dayapaharinaha. For as many years as there are particles of dust touched by the tears of generous Brahmanas who have dependent families and whose property is stolen, uncontrolled kings who usurp a Brahman's property are cooked along with their royal families in the hell known as Kumbhipak. So if one drop of tear comes out of that Brahman's eyes, means one will come from here, one, two came. So let's say 10 dust particles here and 10 there. 20 dust particles became wet because of that tear. So what will happen to the Kshatriya and his family? So 20 years, isn't it? They will be cooked in the Kumbipak hell with their family members. So it needs to be. Chakravarti says the kings and those born in his family must suffer in hell. 39. Swadattam paradattam va brahmavrittim harechayah षष्टिवर्ष सहस्राणि विष्ठायाम jayate krumihi. Whether it be his own gift or someone else's, a person who steals a Brahman's property will take birth as a worm in feces for 60,000 years. 40th. Name brahmadhanam bhuyad यद्गृध्वाल्पायुषो नरः पराजिताश्च्युता राज्याद् भवन्ति उद्वेजिनो अहयः. I do not desire Brahman's wealth. Those who lust after it become short-lived and are defeated. They lose their kingdoms and become snakes who trouble others. Chakravarti says, Krishna said one loses lifespan just by hankering after a Brahman's property. Then what to speak of actually taking it? Just by hankering also, one loses lifespan. 41. Vipram krutaga samapi naiva druhyata mamakaha dhantam bahushapantam va namaskuruta nityashaha. My dear followers, never treat a learned Brahman harshly, even if he has sinned. Even if he attacks you physically or repeatedly curses you, always continue to offer him obeisances. They are always Shamya.
Really, one question.
Go ahead.
I can ask a question. Guru, who is a Brahmana now in today's age?
That's what I asked just now, I think before you, Radha Kunjavari Prabhu asked, na? And I answered also, Brahmajanatiti Brahmana, according to the technical terms. But now as he asked, somebody might not have realized Brahman to that degree. He may be only Vipra, he may be only, what do you call, out next, Dvija. So accordingly, the sinful reaction that person will accrue. For that matter, even ordinary citizen, when his property is stolen, the thief will be punished. Okay? Yeah, let me read. The commentary Chakravarti says, but Krishna's followers might question, if a Brahman steals our property or is inimical without cause, what is to be done? Krishna answers in 2 verses. O my followers, Mamakaha, I am instructing anyone who is my devotee, not just you. See, not just you, Madhavasya Prabhu, anyone who is my devotee. Otherwise, such persons should no longer think of themselves as my followers.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also wanted to show that
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu,
in that pastime, that Brahmanas, how they should be treated properly.
Which pastime? He is speaking in mic, but maybe mic was not on.
I am not confident about that pastime, but he wanted to show that greatness of Brahmanas. So he wanted to...
when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was going to Gaya, they went up the hill to take darshan of somebody. Mandarachal, okay. So when he came down with heavy fever also. And no matter what his student Brahmin friends were trying, nothing was working. So they asked him only, how do you get cured? He said, I just need the water which has washed the lotus feet of Brahmins here from this place. So if I get it, then I will be cured. So they got it. What was the thing? Vrindavan Das Thakur says, these Brahmin friends of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu were very proud. of their Brahminical greatness, and they look down at others. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to bring them to sanity also. That don't think these are ordinary Brahmanas. Never underestimate anyone. So they had to go and beg those local Brahmanas, could you please give your water that has washed? And they agreed, they gave, and then that Lord took, and then immediately he was cured. So he wanted to curb down the mentality of his student friends also. Yes, Madhav Sabru? Clear, na? Okay, done. Who? Mm-hmm.
That's what I remember hearing.
I don't remember.
They were not normal worshippers, but little different. That's why these Brahmanas, they have problem.
I'm not remembering.
Hare.
Gardabasur came.
Ram, Hare.
We have read, but I don't remember.
Because what I have read that Bhakti.
Sorry, Bhakti Thakur's commentary.
He says that Mahaprabhu.
This is in Chaitanya Mangal, if I am not wrong. Is it there in Chaitanya Bhagavad?
Chaitanya Bhagavad.
Chaitanya Bhagavad is there?
I read this, so Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur says that he bewildered actually.
Bewildered?
Bewildered the people by just showing that Brahmana, he bewildered the Brahmanic people. So some different opinion only he gives. Tomorrow I will again read exactly, but I have read now. So little bit I was shocked. What is this thing? Because sometimes we think Brahmanas are great, but Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur says he bewildered. Lord wanted to bewilder these so-called people. Brahmanas are superior, like that. So tomorrow I will.
Okay, so tomorrow we will finalize. Tomorrow we have one more chapter.
Balram will go to Vrindavan.
Our devotees are so active, we are not able to.
No, we don't have taste for holy name like you.
So tomorrow you have to come. Every day 3 hours, 5 days. Yes. All are important.
और उस समय कस्टम था कि जो सन्यासी होता है अगर वो ऐसा शालिग्राम के सिवा प्रसाद नहीं खा सकता, तब उस समय में ब्राह्मण क्षत्रिय वैश्य तीनों के घर में शालिग्राम था, अभी किसी के घर में भी नहीं है.
ठीक है.
Like you are telling the offense in a different category and this and that. So at what tipping point Brahmana becomes Vaishnava? Is it like Pradhaniput?
When he accepts Lord Krishna.
No, he is telling that this concept of every Brahmana had Saligram Shila, right?
Yeah, but
so they are
generally Brahmanas means Brahma Janadeti Brahmana, and they are impersonalists generally. But those who are coming to that personal conclusion, they are special ones. They are advanced. And they are Vaishnavas.
Like going from that Gunibhut to Pradhanibhut, like that?
That our Samarpan Gopru will tell. Okay, 41 will go. Now we are breaking. Just chapter let get over.
Sir, Prabhu, one just.
Samapi naiva druyyatamamakaha Ghnantam bahushapantam va namaskuruta nityashaha. Did we read this? 41 is over, that I read. Yathaham praname vipran anukalam samahitaha tatha namatayuyam cha yanyatha me sadandabhak. Just as I always carefully bow down to Brahmins, so all of you should likewise bow down to them. I will punish anyone who acts otherwise. Chakravarti says, Krishna said, just as I pay respects, praname, you should pay respects. 43. Brahmanartho hi aparuto hartaram papayatyadaha ajanantam api henam Nrugam Brahmana Gauriva. When a Brahman's property is stolen, even unknowingly, it certainly causes the person who takes it to fall down, just as the Brahman's cow did to Dhruga. Purport. The Lord here demonstrates that his instructions are not theoretical but practical, as seen concretely in the case of Dhruga Maharaj. So example already was there. Chakradipa says this is not an exaggeration to instill fear. There is direct proof as stated in this verse. And last 44th. Evam Vishravya Bhagavan Mukundo Dwarakaukasah Pavanah Sarvalokanam Vivesha Nija Mandiram. Having thus instructed the residents of Dwarka, Lord Mukunda, purifier of all the worlds, entered his palace. Any question?
Oh, not a question, but about Brahmanas of this age also, uh, I'm seeing in my own, we are Gaud Saraswat Brahmin just by birth, but when we go to the temple in Goa, Ponda, the level of peace and the level of austerities they live and the satisfaction on their face, they don't have anything much, but they always chant the Vedic mantras and they are praying. I mean, they are performing so many
rituals,
yagyas for rituals for the benefit of others. So they are actually becoming instruments in actually fulfilling other people's desires, and they see so many people come with so many desires, and these are instruments to get their desires fulfilled, and they get sick of just looking at so many desires that these people come with that they don't have any desires. So this itself is an outstanding, the six this thing, duties of a Brahmana, Yajan, Yajan, Patan, Patan, and Dana Pratigraha. Even if we do this much, even then a Brahmana is to be considered so purified. That even in this age I'm seeing, when we say Karmakandi Brahmanas also, there are some class that just do something for money only, but they are also so peaceful. I mean, there is a level that, they just follow even the occupational duties, they are very worshipable, is what I'm sensing.
Yes, that is all true. In one of the purports, Prabhupada says that if you give charity to half qualified Brahman, then you get so many times return, fully qualified this many times, and all that thing is there. So according to their level, they all these things are applicable. Yes.
Prabhuji, here also Krishna is speaking personally about, hearing harsh words and all that from Brahmana. You just offer obeisances. So same thing he says to even Kumaras also. No, very much similar. He is saying that this is one verse. I am just reading the translation. On the other hand, they captivate my heart, who are gladdened in heart, and who, their lotus faces enlightened by nectarian smiles, respect the Brahmanas, even though the Brahmanas utter harsh words. They look upon the Brahmanas as my own self and pacify them by praising them with loving words. Even as a son would appease angry father, as I am pacifying you, etc. Like that, even he goes on to say 2-3 verses in that same direction actually. Even if they are inappropriate and it is hurting you, you should be like lotus face and offer respects. So actually it's very easy to hear. So my question is, when we are in this community of Vaishnavas now, which are even
all the more applicable
here. So actually it's not very easy to actually respond like that. If someone is actually words go deeper than the, like Krishna says, harsh words especially, if one is completely trying to do something for Krishna and still harsh words come, so it's not easy to actually process them. So how do we follow this actually? It's
when one hears the Guru, then Guru purifies one of his false ego. So when false ego is purified, one doesn't have it, then the harsh words don't matter on the Tattva platform. Rasa platform, the devotee may feel that I may be displeased this devotee. How did I behave like that? But false ego is the real reason for getting hurt. So if that is anudvega karam vakyam satyam priyam hitam chayad and all that. So that person should not be, he may be egoistic when he is speaking agitating words. But the person who is hearing or to whom it is meant, he is also egoistic, then he will be hurt. Else not. Else not. You should go to some senior in whom you have confidence and reveal your heart to him and take the guidance, whatever he says, practical guidance. And in general, here, Bhagavad, Nashta Prayeshu Bhadreshu, Nityam Bhagavata Seva. Let the anartha in the long run go away. Let it not remain only in the heart. Okay, so we'll take break for 15 minutes. Then we'll start the next chapter. Hare Krishna. किस बारे में श्री गुरु प्रभु उसी कंडीशन पे आए
Hare Krishna.
लाए गए थे.
So we are distributing prasadam because those many devotees have come here and hearing physically from Prabhuji. So this will be the regular things. If you come and hear directly, so you will get Mahaprasadam. Hare Krishna. So devotees online, surely they are missing.
Online devotees can get online Mahaprasad and offline will get offline. Next time I will not be there. Text number 1. Shri Shuka Uvacha Balabhadraha Kurukshrestha Bhagavan Rathamastitaha Suhruddidrukshur Utkanthaha Prayayo Nanda Gokulam. Shukdev Goswami said, O best of the Kurus, once Lord Balram, eager to visit his well-wishing friends, mounted his chariot and travelled to Nanda Gokul. In the commentary, Chakravartipad writes, in this chapter, Balram visits Vrindavan, associates with his friends, plays with his gopis, and drags the river Yamuna. 4 things. Visiting Vrindavan, associating with friends, playing with gopis, drags Yamuna. Why did Krishna, the great ocean of prema, not go to Vraja? This is answered as follows. Priyasihi prema vikhyataha pitarau ati vatsalau prema vasyaschat krishnastams tyaktva nah katham eshyati iti matvaiva yadavaha pratyadhanna pratyavadhannan harergatam ato vraja prema pravardhi swa leeladhinatvam yusha. The Yadus thought the gopis are famous for their pure ecstatic love and Krishna's parents have intense love for him. Krishna is controlled by pure love, so if he goes to see the Vrajavasis, how will he be able to leave them and come back to us? With this in mind, the Yadus prevented Krishna from going, knowing that he becomes subservient to the pastimes in which he reciprocates the ever-increasing love of the Vrajavasis. But then neither should Baldev be able to leave his brother Krishna, who is dearer to him than his own life. This argument is settled by saying that Balram had such eagerness, utkantaha, that his discrimination and sense control disappeared. So in Gopal Champu, Srila Jiva Goswami gives a background that Balram asked Krishna, hey, what is this? You have promised Vrajavasi that I would come soon and you have not gone only. And what about you sent Uddhav, and Uddhav also promised that you would be soon visiting Vrindavan. You are not going. What is this? What has happened to you? Kind of, why such hard-heartedness and all that? So then Krishna says, but then what to do? Our parents here, they are not allowing. So they have concern. So how can I go without their permission and all that? So Balram goes and asks Vasudeva and Devaki, could we both, Krishna and me, go there? So then they say, no. Krishna cannot go. Because they are concerned that if he goes, he will not come back only. But then Balram, they say, you can go. No problem, you can go. So Balram asks Rohini. Rohini says, yes, you should go. So then Balram again meets Krishna. He says, they are not allowing, only they are allowing me. So I wish to go. But he's feeling bad that Krishna is not coming. How could he go? But then Krishna says, no, you go. And you, like Uddhav did, you also try to pacify them and give them assurance, I am coming soon. And to the degree, if they are not getting assurance by your words, then you have my spurti. By what you call? Spurti, what is the English word? Basically, Lord will manifest himself in Balram and will also convince them. That is like last resort. And that does happen also. So then Uddhav is there. So Uddhav, what he does, he meets Krishna and he gets Krishna's message for the gopis. He writes it down and he gives to Balram, because gopis will not be consoled so easily. So then Balram is leaving. So Krishna tells Balram, you go very quickly. Nobody should see that you are going there. So he goes with very high speed and he reaches outside of Nanda Bhavan. Then he changed from Rajavesh to Gopavesh, just like he would in his childhood. And as all the Gopas dress themselves, so he dresses and then he quickly enters in Nanda Bhavan and then he is received. They are all happy. He has come and they are so blissful that Balram has come. But then behind Balram there must be Krishna also. That is anticipated. But they don't find only. He seems to have come alone only. So then Balram says that he will come soon. Like that he tries to pacify them. And same thing with the gopis also, similar thing happens. And then he is received. He stays there for 2 days with Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda Maya, and all that I think those interactions will come, how different people received Balram and what were the interactions. And on the 3rd day, he goes to meet the gopis of Krishna. That I think when we come there, we'll discuss. So here, Srila Jiva Goswami points out Lord Balram's journey to Shri Vrindavan. In Harivamsh, Vishnu Parva, it is said, Kasyatid atakalasya smrutva gopeshu saurudam jagamaiko vrajam brahmaha krishnasyanumate stitaha. Remembering the deep friendship he once enjoyed with the cowherd folk, Lord Ram went alone to Vraja, having taken Lord Krishna's permission. So he did not go without Krishna's permission, that is the point. The simple residents of Vrindavan were aggrieved that Lord Krishna had gone to live elsewhere. So Lord Balram went there to console them. Chakravarti Thakur addresses the question of why Lord Krishna, the great ocean of pure love, did not also go to Vraja. Acharya provides the following 2 verses. The Yadus thought the Lord's beloved girlfriends are famous for their pure ecstatic love. I think we read this. Yeah, same. After Krishna comes from? Means after killing Kamsa. He goes to that Trivakra's house and then after that he sends Uddhav.
So it means just a month or?
Yeah, quite soon.
This happens when? Any idea?
This no, I'm not remembering whether I read about it when exactly. This is just before Dantavakra is killed. Poundrak is killed. Because the next chapter here, what is the next chapter here? Poundrak, no? Yeah. What happens? The Dutas, I told, no? 50 teams. So one of the team comes when the 2 months of, that means Chaitra Vaishak gets over. So then Balramji gets that team, one team comes and he says, just now Krishna killed Poundrak who had associated with Kashiraj and all that stuff. Or Kaling, he was associating with Kaling Raj King, something like that. So then Balramji feels that I need to go. And that was almost time for him to leave. And that becomes the impetus for him to leave also. Then he leaves for Dwarka.
Poundrak was killed, Balram was not.
He is not there. Impetus? Poundrak is killed there. The demons are attacking, na? He came for 2 months, Chaitra Vaishak, and they are over. He also has to go back sometime. And meanwhile, he got the message, means everybody got in Vrindavan, Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda Mai, that Krishna just killed Poundrak, who had attacked. Dwarka city. He heard in Vrindavan from those two messengers. Then he sought their blessing and then he left.
The Yadus were thinking, and Yadus were not leaving Krishna because once he goes, because their love is high. So when we think on theoretical platform that pleasure of Krishna is more important than our thing. So how do we understand here? Actually, gopis did not even go to Mathura, which was so close, because they were doubtful that whether it will please Krishna. That's why they didn't go. So how do we see this Yadus?
These are parental, no? So they have that some kind of domination over Krishna. Balram also would do that sometimes as elder brother, who is just elder by few days also. But what to speak of Vasudev, Devaki and other elderly Yadus and all, they will not allow him.
Is satisfying Krishna?
That is not so much there in that rasa, in that Sakhya ras, in that Vatsalya ras. That is then like when taking cows for herding in the forest, Yashoda is telling Balram, warning him, you have to take care of him. So that kind of is there over the dependent. That is the feature of that rasa.
It's clear here the pleasure of Krishna is being, like they know that they love Krishna more. So Krishna will be happy with them more, isn't it? So like Radharani is praying, no? I can become a servant of someone else. So
that is highest. Mahabhav, Adhirud Mahabhav, Radharani.
Controlling is one thing, surely, that is Krishna is liking that control. But here whether it is pleasing Krishna, this control.
It is desire is there anyway. Krishna's desire is there. He is not going to go there anyway, immediately. That is there.
Krura is taking and gopis are getting displeased and he gets the reaction. But Krishna desired actually because his incidents and all that plan is there.
Yes.
But here, is it Krishna's plan or?
Yes, Krishna also, to Balramji also he says, to Balramji, or Uddhav. So he says that I have promised them that I will just finish off these enemies of Yadus, I will come back. And even now that promise I remember, and I will come back. In fact, Jiva Goswami says, just 7th or 8th day from now, I am coming to Vrindavan. After finishing off, few are remaining, few demons of Yadus, few enemy demons of Yadus, and I'm just finishing, and 7th or 8th day I will be there in Vrindavan. Message through Balramji. To gopis, this is specifically to gopis. From Mathura. Maybe from Dwarka. Poundrak attacked Mathura, na? In Mathura they were sitting, na, in Sudharma assembly? Huh? For Dwarka? No, not Sudharma. Whatever the assembly, they were in Mathura or not? Poundrak sends a message, na, Arey, come on, you are false Vasudev. Give out all your insignia that is meant for me. And I have a hearty laugh there. Where did it happen? Dwarka or Mathura? Huh? Dwarka? 100% sure. Find out. Now they are hearing the discussion.
Raj Krishna Bhau, I am sure you must be knowing this.
Okay, no problem. Find out later. So we'll go ahead. No, there it is written now. Jiva Goswami has written in Gopal Champu. To gopis, very precisely, he says 7th or 8th day from now, I'll be there in Vrindavan. Dwarka? Okay, so Dwarka. Hare Krishna, the devotees who are online, please put on your videos. We are not able to see you. Otherwise, attendance will be marked as absent. If at all you are hearing, please. Okay, take second. परिक्ष्वक्त क्षीरोत्कण्ठैर् गोपैर्गोपीभिरेव च रामोऽभिवाद्य पितरौ आशीर्भिर्भिन्नन्दितः. Having long suffered the anxiety of separation, the cowherd men and their wives embraced Lord Balram. The Lord then offered respects to his parents and they joyfully greeted him with prayers. Chakrutipa says, Nityananda Swarupopi Prema Tapto Vrajau Kasam Yayau Krishnam Api Tyaktva Yastam Ramam Muhu Stumaha. Let us repeatedly glorify Balram, although he is the original form of eternal bliss, Nityananda. Due to the pangs of love, in separation from the residents of Vraja, he went to see them, even at the cost of leaving Krishna. Balram was embraced by elder gopis, Gopi-bihi, the age of his mother. He greeted his parents and they greeted him with words of blessing according to their parental law. Jiva Goswami has given very detailed analysis of word Gopi which will come for Krishna's gopis when Balramji meets them, and later on Balramji having Raslila with his set of gopis. So because both the places Gopi word comes, those who are rascals and others who don't understand, they will think how Balramji enjoyed Krishna's gopis. Means illicit sexual affair and all that stuff. So in refutation of that, he gives several quotes from this chapter and some other places, some other analysis also he gives. So one of the word here we can see Gopi, word has come, but it's very clear, Gopa Gopi Bhir Evacha. These gopis are not young gopis at all. These are all elderly gopis and motherly gopis, Yashoda Mai's friends and all that. Like Prabhavati Gopi will be there, neighboring ladies and all. So they they received Balram. So this is one word Gopi here. Basically it's referring to Gopi in general. So he gives a lot of analysis of that. And it will come ahead also. Third, did we read? Yeah. Chiram napahi jadasharha sanujo jagadishwarah iti aropya ankam alingya netrai shichi chatur jalaihi. Nanda and Yashoda prayed, O descendant of Dasharha, O Lord of the universe, may you and your younger brother Krishna ever protect us. Saying this, they raised Sri Balram onto their laps, embraced him and moistened him with tears from their eyes. Purport. Shri Jiva Goswami comments on this verse as follows. Nanda and Yashoda prayed to Sri Balram, may you, along with your younger brother, protect us. Thus they expressed their respect for the fact that he is the elder brother, and they also showed how much they considered him their own son. Yes. Chakravarti says, everywhere we hear that you, along with your brother, are the lords of the universe. Then why do you not protect your elderly parents? Saying this, first Nanda Maharaj and then Yashoda put Ram on their laps by force, kissed and embraced him and drenched him with their tears. So much they are into tears because they are reminded of Krishna and Krishna has not come. Balramji also cries because of that. For them, this protection is not that kind of physical protection. Basically, their presence only would be everything for them. And they both protected, no? Yadus killed so many asuras and all that, and they continue to kill anyway. That was the only reason how Krishna sent Nanda Maharaj. That my dear father, now this Kamsa is killed and his enemies, they will attack these Yadus and all. So it is my duty, I'll just kill off all these fellows, enemies, and I'll just come back soon. you go back. And Nanda Maharaj is also living by that hope only, that Krishna will soon come back. So they are there to as protectors only, they are protecting. That's how they took the Mathuravasis to Dwarka also. That fortress is meant only, fort is meant only for protection from all the outside things. That's how this, who had the airship? Shalva, na? Shalva had that airship. So that fellow came in airship. That's how he is able to do some kind of, trying to do utpat, terror in Dwarka. Pradyumna was holding him properly, nicely. But it was becoming a little difficult for him. And that's what, after Rajaswa Yagya, Krishna comes back and deals with Shalva also and kills him. The whole airship also becomes powdered and falls in the ocean. Because that was flying airship, that's how he could do something. And others just could do nothing because Dwarka was such well protected city. So they are protectors only for everything. But here Nanda, Yashoda, and they are not concerned about physical protection. For them, being with Krishna Balram only is the protection. They want Vatsalya dealings with them. Fourth to sixth. Gopavruddhamsha vidhivat yavishtair abhivanditah yatha vayo yatha sakhyam yatha sambandham atmanah samupetyath gopalan hasya hastagrahadibhi vishrantam sukhamasīnam paprachuhu paryugapagataha prushtamschanamayam sveshu premagadgadaya gira krishne kamalapatrakshe sanyasthakhila radhasaha. Lord Balram then paid proper respects to the elder cowherd men, and the younger ones all greeted him respectfully. He met them all with smiles, handshakes, and so on, dealing personally with each one according to age, degree of friendship, and family relationship. Then, after resting, the Lord accepted a comfortable seat, and they all gathered around him, with voices faltering out of love for him. Those cowherds, who had dedicated everything to lotus-eyed Krishna, asked about the health of their dear ones in Dwarka, and Balram in turn asked about the cowherds' welfare. Loving dealings. Yathamam prapadyante, as per whosoever is dealing with him, he is accordingly reciprocating with them. Younger ones, they would bow down to the elder ones, and then the elder one picks him up and embraces him. Friends directly embrace each other, equals. And Balram also will go to Nanda Yashoda and bow down to their lotus feet. That happened already. And they pulled him up on their laps, kissed him, etc. They are in Vatsalya. Commentary, Vajakrotipad. After greeting the elder cowherd men, Balram was welcomed by the younger men according to proper order. According to age, friendship, and relationship, Balram associated intimately with them with smiles, handshakes, and embraces. So embraces to younger ones. And equals also. Handshake with equals. Having rested after eating, Balram again sat down comfortably, and they asked about his welfare. Balram's voice choked with prema for his beloved cowherd friends as he asked about their welfare in return. The cowherd men had completely renounced sannyasta, their daily bodily functions. In other words, beginning from the very day Krishna left Vrindavan, they no longer carried out the natural activities of dressing, eating, and sleeping. So it was very pathetic in that sense. But it is highest rasa, viraha, separation. Seventh, yes.
Acharya is saying.
Prabhuji, Jiva Goswami is writing here, protect us for a long time, indicates that they blessed Balram with a long life and
that went away, I think.
Hare Krishna. Both Jiva Goswami.
Battery is discharged. Yes. Yes. 7th. Kachinno bandhava Rama sarve kushalamaasate kachit smaratah no Rama yuyam darasutanvitah. Sri Chaitanya Chandra was saying in Vella good network is not good. Some other comment also came. You just check chat box. The cowherds said, "O Rama, are all our relatives doing well? And Rama, do all of you with your wives and children still remember us?" Chakravarti says, the elder cowherd men asked, "Are our friends the Yadavas well?" The men of the same age asked, "Do you remember us? Kachit smarata?" No. Because that has been long time now. It had been long time. So they are asking welfare of relatives as well as, are you remembering us? Now he is in front of them only. But what it means, when you were there, both of you, are you remembering us, your childhood friends? Or have you forgotten us? 8. Dishtya kamso hatah papo Dishtya muktaha surujjanaha Nihatya nirjitya ripun Dishtya durgam samashhritaha. Dishtya word has come thrice by good fortune. It is our great fortune that sinful Kamsa has been killed and our dear relatives freed. And it is also our good fortune that our relatives have killed and defeated their enemies and found complete security in a great fortress. These cowherds, kind of friends also. 9th. Gopyo hasantyah papruchuhu Rama sandarshanadrutaha Kachid aste sukham Krishnaha Purastri janavallabha. Shukdev Goswami continued, honored to have the personal audience of Lord Balram, the young gopi smiled and asked him, "Is Krishna, the darling of the city women, living happily?" So though it is coming immediately, but Jiva Goswami is saying that this happened on 3rd day. 2 days he did not meet them. He met these others, equal, Miss Nanda, Yashoda, elderly ones and other friends. Now 3rd day he is meeting them. 9th, Chakravarti says, the smiling Hasantyaha of the gopis was a sign of their Unmada, transcendental madness in prema. Otherwise, how would it be possible for such extremely shy girls suffering such intense pain of separation from Krishna to smile in front of Baldev? Understanding that this was a sign of their Mahabhav, Balram gave them great respect rather than disregarding them. Thus it is described that Balram honored Adrutaha, them, with his affectionate glance, Rama Sandarshana, because he understood that his gopis were the dearly beloved devotees of Krishna and were filled with pure love for his younger brother. The gopi asked, "Is Krishna happy there in Dwarka?" Balram said, "How could Krishna be happy being separated from you?" The gopis replied, "Krishna is enjoying with many beautiful women in the city. So how could he be suffering any unhappiness of separation from us village girls? Certainly he must be happy." They were so frank with Balram because Balram and Krishna from childhood only are in down only. They did not even mind putting their pallu, end of their saris. They did not put it on their head, just without that only. And Balram also did not mind that because they know it is different from meeting Uddhav. Uddhav was outsider. He also knew Krishna from later phase of his life. But Balram and Krishna, one of the arguments by Jiva Goswami is, Tattva-wise Krishna and Balram are one and the same only. So it doesn't matter even if Krishna enjoys Krishna's, Balram enjoys Krishna's gopis. the tattva-wise same. But then still, it is not the case. He explains that Balramji did not have Ras Leela with those gopis. In fact, these gopis asked Balram towards the end, not here. Now we are just beginning. These gopis only request that if you really feel any kind of affection for us, you want to reciprocate, then you please have Ras Leela with these younger ones, gopis, who Krishna, they could not consort with Krishna and all, before, because they were small, young. So you can have Ras Leela with them and please them, then only will be pleased. And on the request of what, after saying this also, Balramji says, no, but I need the blessings of elderly devotees as well as gurus. So they say that is not so much required, but anyway he goes and they also agree. That is what it is mentioned there, Nanda, Yashoda and all that you should pacify these younger gopis, etc. And then Balram agrees. Then also another objection is raised, how in this kind of scenario, when Krishna is not there, how can Balramji do that? Because Balramji sees cows also in the cow shed, and the cows are also in separation, they are feeling pain of separation from Krishna. But then Balramji is not able to take them to forest for grazing, which he could have done because he stayed for 2 months, 60 days kind of. Because Krishna is not there, so he was not so happy to do that without Krishna. So he did not do, he only took darshan of the cows. So here he satisfies those gopis, his set of gopis. They are different and that will come in the discussion.
This to whom? Like beginning you said that the gopis, Balramji's gopis told him that please.
No, Krishna's gopis.
Krishna's gopis
requested him.
Requested Balramji that you pacify your own gopis. Okay.
And the other younger ones also, who had been, who were small then, that time, earlier, when they both were in Vrindavan. So they had never consorted only. So now they are grown up, so you can pacify them. Yes. That is towards the end of the discussion, I told beforehand only. Rasa mein difference is there. Uddhav doesn't, he has Aishwarya Ras anyway, and he is not from childhood with Krishna. Whereas Balramji and Krishna were from childhood only in Vrindavan only. They are born also in Vrindavan, they are grown up and they are cowherd. They are gopas, proper gopas. The Gopa Abhiman is there, Gopaman Abhiman is there with Krishna and Balram both. That's why when he came in royal dress, but he changed immediately to Gopa Vesh before even entering Nanda Bhavan, which Uddhav never did and will never do also, because he is Rajkumar only, all throughout. So there is a difference in dealing with Uddhav and dealing with Balram. Here they don't even care to cover their heads with...
so that they did there, like that's what I wanted to ask.
There I don't know, I have not read, I might have read in Gopal Champu, but I don't remember that. But there is a difference. Here they don't care only because Krishna and Balram are one only. Yes. So this is 9th, 10th. 9th is not done? Done, na? So 10th, na now? 10th. Kachit smarati va bandhun pitaram mataram chasaha apyasau mataram drashtum sakrudapyangamikshati apiva smarate asmakam anusevam mahabhujaha. Does he remember his family members, especially his father and mother? Do you think he will ever come back even once to see his mother? And does mighty armed Krishna remember the service we always did for him? So all these verses are in that analysis by Jiva Goswami, that this show clearly that their love for Krishna has not reduced. They are asking everything about Krishna, though Krishna has not come. So how will these gopis ever think of consorting with Balram? No question. And Balramji is also very clear that these are very chaste to Krishna and Krishna alone. No question. So he refutes it afterwards, like that. First he allows the description of the pastime, But then afterwards, because he is concerned, some rogues, means some foolish fellows, they will say, this is how he is consorting with his brothers, girlfriends, etc. Ishwar Chakravarti Thakur comments that, okay, we'll read that commentary only. The gopis said, well, Krishna might not remember us, but perhaps he remembers his paternal and maternal relatives and his father, Nanda, and mother Yashoda. We know for a fact that the women of the city cannot be better than us at giving Krishna conjugal pledges. Krishna must remember us for our making flower garlands, smearing sandalwood on his body, and making fans, beds, and canopies of flowers and young leaves. With this in mind, the gopis asked, does Krishna sometimes remember the services smarate asmakam anusevam we did for him? We do not know if Krishna's strong arms, Mahabhujaha, are still smeared with kumkum and unguents now that he is no longer devoted to us. In other words, the gopis are saying, we cannot imagine to what extent Krishna is involved in conjugal dealings now that he is separated from us. So these things might not be now existing with him, kumkum mixed garlands, etc. because he is consorting with city women. 11, 12. Mataram pitaram bhratrun patin putran swasrunapi yadarthe jahima dasharha dustyajan swajanan prabho tanah sadyah parityajya gatah sanchinna saurudah katham nutadrusham stribhir na shraddhiyeta bhashitam. For Krishna's sake, O descendant of Dasharha, we abandoned our mothers, fathers, brothers, husbands, children and sisters, even though these family relations are difficult to give up. But now, O Lord, that same Krishna has suddenly abandoned us and gone away, breaking off all affectionate ties with us. And yet, how could any woman fail to trust his promises? Krishna's promise they are reminding, Ayore, I am just coming. It's like in 1 or 2 days only I will come back. So they have not forgotten. This is also in that all these verses are analyzed by Jiva Goswami in one place only. That we are maintaining our lives only because of that promise. Krishna said, promised, I will come back. So that's how we are maintaining. Otherwise, no question, we would have given up we had given up all these near and dear ones, father, mother, brother, sister. How would we continue living, holding our prana? We would have left it much before, that time itself. But just because of that promise, we are holding our breath, our life airs. In the Chakravarti Pa's commentary, he writes, Balram said, but most beloved gopis of Krishna, Krishna is full of love for you and always remembers you. Denying this, the gopis replied, no, we do not have faith in Krishna's love, since he rejected us, who were solely devoted to him. They expressed this in a verse and half. The gopis continued, though we gave up everything for Krishna, he gave us up immediately and left. Balram said, why didn't you do something to prevent him from going away? Or why didn't you go with him? Gopis said, Krishna just tore our bonds of love, saurudaha, to shreds like a blade of grass and left. Therefore tell us what we should have done. Balram, since you are maintaining your lives without him, you also must have broken your ties of love for him. Gopi said, not at all. By his words, I will return to you. Repeatedly sent through messengers, Krishna retied the fetters of love even after they were broken. Again he took hold of our life airs as they were about to leave us and re-established them. Balram, if you believe Krishna will return, then why are you so disturbed? Gopis, no, this is not correct. Since even now Krishna has still not come. We have concluded that whatever he said was false. Balram, why did you believe what he said in the first place? Gopis, how could unintelligent, straightforward women like us not believe his words? So they are helpless. It's all they are in the Unmat, basically, that as was told in the beginning only. The madness of love with Krishna. So all this discussion goes on. 13th. In one sense, yes, because Balram is meeting them in seclusion only. But they are going back to their houses only. But in the Sharad Purnima and other times when Krishna called by playing flute, they left everything, na? Rejecting all the social norms. 13th. Katham no grunhanti anavastitatmano vachaha krutagnasya buddha purastriyaha grunhanti vai chitra kathasya sundara smitavalokoshya sita smaraturaha. How can intelligent city women possibly trust the words of one whose heart is so unsteady and who is so ungrateful? They must believe him because he speaks so wonderfully and also because his beautiful smiling glances arouse their lust. So according to Jiva Goswami, these two different gopis are saying. One gopi is kind of asking question, how can intelligent city women possibly trust the words of one whose heart is so unsteady and who is so ungrateful? So another gopi says, as soon as she hears this first gopi, hey, they must believe him because he speaks so wonderfully and also because his beautiful smiling glances arouse their lust. And this fellow is able to capture everyone's heart. And he speaks also amazingly. So who will not be attracted? He can fool city women also, as he did with us village girls. Purport. According to Siddha Swami, some gopis speak the first two lines of this verse and others reply in the second two lines. Okay, Siddha Swami is also saying the same. Jiva Goswami also says. So, Chakratipa says, some gopis speak the first two lines of this verse. Furthermore, we women of the forest are unintelligent. But how can the intelligent city women believe Krishna's words? Other gopis reply in the second two lines. Though Krishna speaks lies, it sounds very wonderful, chitra, kathasya, and enjoyable when those words come from his mouth. Not being able to give up the test of those talks, the queens continue to listen. There is also another reason. They are disturbed by the lust which arises and grows to prominence, uchchavasita, from Krishna's smiling glance. So, two reasons that he is expert in speaking and their lust arises because of his smiling glance. 14th. Kim nastat kathaya gopyaha kathaha kathayata paraha yatyasma bhirvina kalo yadi tasya tathaiva naha. Why bother talking about him, dear gopis? Please talk of something else. If he passes his time without us, then we shall similarly pass ours without him. So let us forget. The plan is forgetting Krishna. Purport. No. Why Balram will say? These are all gopis. This is Unmad going on. Srila Sridhar, you also went in that Unmad. You forgot who is speaking. Srila Sridhar Swami points out that the gopis here subtly indicate that Lord Krishna spends his time happily without them, whereas they are most unhappy without their Lord. This is the difference between him and them. Srila Vishnu Chakravarti adds the following commentary. Considering themselves different from other women, the gopis taught as follows. If other women are together with their lovers, they live. And if they are separated, they die. But we neither live nor die. This is the fate Providence has written on our foreheads. What remedy can we find? And Chakravarti writes, Other gopis agitated by love in the mood of jealousy, mana, address the gopis who have already spoken. So they said that time passes for both Krishna and us, but the difference is that he passes his time happily and we pass our time miserably. We are also different from other women. If other women are together with their lovers, they live, and if they are separated, they die. But we neither live nor die. This is the fate Providence has written on our foreheads. Alas, what remedy can we find? 15th. Yes.
Prabhuji, is it true that we hear that the man gets attracted to the form and woman is attracted to the
voice,
speech of the man?
Yeah, that's what we have heard. So, at least, how many of you agree that man gets attracted to form?
That
We all
is clear,
agree.
Prabhuji. I
Yeah.
am asking other
So
side.
whosoever made that statement,
Prabhu, voice also, their beautiful voice, excellent feminine voice.
sannyasi should not hear woman singing, and brahmacharis also in that sense. But like one thing you all know, that women when the man speaks to them and glorifies them, they are so foolish. They tend to believe, yeah, he like a crow, like woman also crow, looking like a crow. If the man says you are so beautiful, your whatever, yes, XYZ. So she thinks, yeah, this is true. So for her, that voice of the man, mainly not just voice, but in one sense that glorification, she gets cheated. That's how they don't have, they're less intelligent in that sense. They should know that he's cheating. He will enjoy her body. He will exploit her. They don't understand that.
Prabhu, it's not just the form, it's the femininity of the woman that attracts. The femininity. There are some very beautiful girls, when they speak, everyone
लम्बे
just
पश्य
turns away.
मायया स्त्रीमय्या जयिनो दिशाम या करोति पादाक्रांतम भुवि जुम्भेण what भुवि जुम्भेण whatever XYZ. So they karoti padakrantam, big stalwarts who have one entire globe, just by the eyebrow raising. I don't know how they raise, but they raise. Yes. Everything, Stri Maya Jayino Disham, or what you call, Pashame Maya, Pashame Balamaya. Just see my illusory potency in the form of a woman. So to the degree the man has enjoying mentality, anything of the woman is, or everything of that woman is appealing only. Anything. Even her hair, they will shine in sunlight and he will be like, woo. He'll be sold out and clean bowled out, whatever. So that depends on how much lust he has also. But in general, we should be taking care, respectfully dealing. That's why women should cover their head and all that stuff. Not to unnecessarily agitate men who are already almost always agitated. They ring their bangles. Then? Ankle bells. अच्छा अच्छा. पर आजकल आवाज कहाँ, आज पहनते ही कहाँ है. Yes. Women, when they are not protected by culture, when they are agitated, then they become 9 times lustier than man and all that. Then, hmm. 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 Yeah, women have that. Not only city women, village women also. Yes, yes. A reference he will give. He will give. There are psychophysical differences between men and women. Man's genital is outside, so gets agitated immediately, whereas women's are inside the body, so don't get agitated so easily. But if the culture is not there and all, then things go topsy-turvy. So like that, so many differences are there between man and woman. Man goes by reasoning, women go by emotions. And so morphologically speaking, there is hardly any difference between man and woman, except some 2-3 differences. But psychologically, there are a lot of differences. In fact, they say they are all together from different planets also. Men are from Mars and women are from Venus. So, they come together on Earth like that. Okay, so that was 14th. 15th. Iti prahasitam shaurer jalpitam charu vikshitam gatim prema parishwangam Smarantyo ruruduhu striyaha. While speaking these words, the young cowherd women remembered Lord Shauri's laughter, his playing conversations, his pleasing conversations with them, his attractive glances, his style of walking, and his loving embraces. Thus they began to cry. So here also this verse is also taken by Jiva Goswami. How their whole thing was dominated by Krishna's laugh, Krishna's conversation, his glance. So no question of Balramji ever thinking of consorting with Krishna's gopis. Chakrotipad writes, the gopis thought, after piercing our hearts with the 5 arrows of his sweet smiles, sweet talks, enticing glances, graceful gait, and his loving embraces, prema parishwangam, the Krishna moon disappeared from us. So how will the city women not die when he does the same to them? Overwhelmed with these thoughts, the distressed young gopis started crying right in front of Balram. So much they are Krishna conscious. Yes, they are fully. 16th. Sankarshanastaha Krishnasya Sandeshairudhayangamahi Santvayam asa Bhagavan Nana Nunaya Govidaha. The Supreme Lord Balram, the attractor of all, being expert at various kinds of conciliation, consoled the gopis by relaying to them the confidential messages Lord Krishna had sent with him. These messages deeply touched the gopis' hearts. So here also Jiva Goswami uses this also, that Balramji is subordinate to Krishna and he is taking that subordinate role by Nana Anuya Kovidaha. Anunaya in conciliation. So in order to pacify them, he is doing so many bhavas and all that, pleading and all that he is requesting. So thus he accepts his subordination to Krishna. He is not in the mood of enjoyer and all that. Yeah, but that also in subordination to Krishna, just to pacify them, because they are so much in love with Krishna. So Balram will not think in the wrong direction that way. That is the point of Jiva Goswami. Chakravartipad writes, it should be understood that Krishna dispatched Baldev and Uddhav with his intimate messages, Krishnasya Sandeshaira, because they were both his trusted friends, Sakhya Bhav, without consideration of their other sentiments of servitude, Dasya Bhav, Uddhav, and parental love, Vatsalya Bhav, Baldev. The use of the plural form, Sandeshair, indicates that Krishna sent many messages, not one. Some messages instructed the gopis in transcendental knowledge, some were sweet and apologetic, and some were dignified. Being heartfelt, Hrudayangamai, Krishna's messages could not be revealed publicly because of their confidential nature. Balram boldly exclaimed, Dear gopis, now that I have consoled you, I will go to Dwarka and bring Krishna here by force. I am not exclusively under Krishna's control like Uddhav. In this way, Balram displayed his expertise in conciliation. Nana Nunaya Kovidaha. So Balram himself is saying, I am not like Uddhav. Yeah, he is having Vatsalya ras. And he is not under Krishna. Uddhav was certainly Krishna's counselor, but still he was younger only. He was subordinate to Krishna. Yes.
Message to Uddhav and Uddhav gave to Balram. Is it like that?
Uddhav met Krishna for the message and Krishna said and Uddhav wrote it down on paper and gave it to Balramji. Not gave, he just spoke it out. He just read it out. Uddhav, I don't remember now. You all studied the section recently. What was it? Did he read out or he just spoke from heart? At least in the photo there is a letter he reads, no? Yeah. Hmm. 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 Jiva Goswami says that. Here we'll read purport. Or is it covered? Srila Jiva Goswami quotes the following verse from Shri Vishnu Puran, which describes the messages Lord Balram brought from Krishna for the gopis. Sandeshe Sam Madhurai Premagal Garbhair Agarvitahi Ramena Shwasita Gopyaha Krishna Syati Manoharahi. Lord Balram consoled the gopis by giving them Lord Krishna's most charming messages, which express sweet consolation, which were inspired by his pure love for them, and which were without a tinge of pride. Srila Jiva Goswami also comments that the use of the name Sankarshan here implies that Balram attracted Lord Krishna to appear in his mind. Here he appeared also in his mind, and in this way showed Sri Krishna to the gopis. Thus Balram consoled Sri Krishna's beloved girlfriend. So here that spurti is also there. Krishna Syayati Manoharahi. Srila Vishwanath Thakur comment that Lord Krishna sent various messages. Some instructed the gopis in transcendental knowledge, others power. Besides its given message meaning, the word Rudhayangamai also indicates that these messages were confidential. 17th. Dvau maso tatra chavat Chau maso tatra chavasin Madhum madhavam eva cha Ramaha kshapasu bhagavan Gopinam ratimavahan. Lord Balram, the personality of Godhead, resided there for the 2 months of Madhu and Madhav, and during the nights he gave his cowherd girlfriends conjugal pleasure to his gopis. So here Gopinam word has come again. So 17th verse. I think 2nd verse, 17th verse. So both gopis. So that's why Jiva Goswami clarifies. Maybe in this. Yeah, these are different. Purport. Srila Sridhar Swami states that the gopis who enjoyed conjugal affairs with Shri Balram during his visit to Gokul had not taken part in Shri Krishna's Rasa dance, being too young at the time. Srila Jiva Goswami confirms this statement by quoting a phrase from the Bhagavatam 10:15-8. Gopyo antarena bhujayoho, which indicates that there are particular gopis who act as Lord Balram's girlfriends. Furthermore, Jiva Goswami states that during the holy festivities celebrated when Krishna killed Shankachud, the gopis Lord Balram enjoyed with were different from the ones Lord Krishna enjoyed with. Srila Vishwanath Thakur agrees with this expression. So you might have studied that, no? Shankachud pastime. So both of them having Ras Leela simultaneously in different sections. And this fellow came and created havoc, this Dvivida. Then Krishna chased him after, handing over the gopis to his care. Then he finished him off and brought the jewel from Shankachud, not Dvivida, Shankachud, and then gifted to Balram. Balram gifted to Srimati Radharani. So thus, these are 2 different set of gopis. And some were not ready only, that time some were very small. So they are now qualified. They have got trained under elderly gopis. Elderly means not elderly, these other gopis. And now they are qualified for Ras Leela. 18th. Balramji's glorification. Vrindavan Das Thakur is disciple of Nityam Prabhu, and all throughout he just glorified Nityam Prabhu so much that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes remain only. So that's how, it's Lord's arrangement, that's how Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami can talk about Ante Leela elaborately. So for him, Nityam Prabhu is his hero. Everywhere when he refers to Gaurang Mahaprabhu also, he says, my Prabhu Prabhu. Or I am the servant of Lord Gauranga. So he always, for him Nityam Prabhu is, some 35 pastimes of Nityam Prabhu are there, very elaborately described in Chaitanya Bhagavat. That's why Chaitanya Leela becomes somewhat less. And that you will not find in Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami Chaitanya Charitamrita. That Chidadai festival, there also in one sense Raghunath Das Goswami is in limelight in one sense. Nityambru is there and some 2-3 here and there. There's not much there, Nityambru. But here, Nityambru. And that's how he makes 2-3 times that statement. Anybody who is against Nityambru, I kick him on the head with my foot. Like that. Meanings. So Balram, the whole first chapter begins with Balram glorification only. I don't remember the details now, but something. It's simple only. Maybe that, some 2-3 shlokas may be like that. Purport of Bhakti Vedanta AIP means all glories. Nityambru is his hero, na? Tattva has to be clear, na? About one's master, one has to establish his not only superiority but his purity also. Otherwise, people will, on the onset only, they will have misunderstanding about Nityambru, and that is not acceptable by Vrindavan Das Thakur. So he has to establish Nityambru, who is none other than Balram. So Balram's glories after glories after glories. 18th. Purnachandra Kalamrushte Kaumudi Gandhavayuna Yamunopavane Reme Sevite Striganaivrutaha. In the company of numerous women, Lord Balram enjoyed in a garden by the Yamuna river. This garden was bathed in the rays of the full moon and caressed by breezes bearing the fragrance of night-blooming lotuses. So as I already said, Gopis requested and he said, I need to take blessings of elderly personalities and gurus, and then that is given. So this Jiva Goswami says this happened on the northern side of Bhandirvan. Bhandirvan itself is on the eastern bank of Yamuna, and of that also northern part. I was not able to recollect. We have gone to this one. What is that? Ram Ghat. That's it. Jaya Ram Ghata Jaya Rohini Nandana Jaya Jaya Vrindavana Vasiyata Jana. But Ram Ghat is quite remote. It's kind of outskirts of Vrindavan. It's like boundary kind of, and it's very far. So many times we are not able to go because of distance as well as not much proper facilities to go there. But it's a good place. Lord Balram had his pastime. So that was there, and Yamuna was kind of far from there. That's why he ordered her, which we will come across later. And she was not ready to come for her reasons. But then Balramji divides her into several branches. Chakratipad writes, Balram enjoyed in a garden beside the Yamuna, which was bright with the rays of the full moon, fragrant with the scent of blooming white lotuses, and served by refreshing cool breezes. Balram's conjugal pastimes took place in a small forest alongside the Yamuna known as Shri Ram Ghat, which is far from the site of Shri Krishna's Rasa dance. Okay, so that is also true. Two different places. That is not explained, at least I did not come across Jiva Goswami giving explanation. One reason I think Rasava is that he has come to console them. So it's like he is going to kind of enjoying, Ras Lila is enjoying mode. So what will the whole world think? Hey, he came for his own enjoyment or to console them? It's like though Tattva is true, Lord is the supreme enjoyer, Bhaktaram Yagya Tapasam. But the purpose of coming here was not this. Krishna also is unhappy there, he is not able to go. And on behalf of Krishna, he has come to console them. So how can he get into Ras Leela? And this is only because the gopis are asking him. So he says, I need to ask them. And they are fine. Which is Parakiya? Balram? For Balram also. That's what, now you keep that Parakiya part aside. Now Balram, who has come to her, so then he needs her. So he has to seek their blessing and they give. They understand Balram has nothing wrong in it. Till now not required, but here the mission is different, na? Huh?
But this mission was not known to anyone.
Which mission? That was not in his mind only, na? He needs respect Balramji's. I am forcing you to read Gopal Champu. इतना कुछ बताया. Now you will be thinking, अरे है क्या इतना कोट किया इन्होंने. अभी क्या करूँ, चक्रवर्ती पाद, जीव गोस्वामी, श्रीधर स्वामी सब आपके सामने ही है लैपटॉप में. जब तक यहाँ ऐसे कैसे जगह से नहीं बोलेंगे जो आपने कुछ पढ़ा नहीं हो, सामने नहीं, तभी तो आप शांति से सुनेंगे. नहीं तो you will bombard me with, no, but Jiva Goswami says this and Sridhar Swami says that, and Baldev Vidyabhushan fortunately has not come in. he did not comment. He commented. Okay. English is not there. All glories to non-translate. Read what? That's why I asked you, na, read Sanatana Goswami and come here and present. But nobody read. Before our Bhakti Vedanta began, somewhere Sunday, Monday, during.
Actually, speaker only prepares us to hear.
So I was the speaker, I prepared you to read also, no? Apart from hearing. I am also grateful to you all. Because of this, I am reading before coming here. Otherwise, what I read before, I was not remembering. And now I am able to relish it. So actually speaking Krishna Katha is takes us deeper than just reading it. Reading, sometimes we may just read it and ठीक है ये हुआ कुछ याद नहीं रहता. But now when you have to speak, you have to recollect from memory and you have to. So it's very relishable. Okay. So that is 18th, 19th. Varuna Preshita Devi वारुणी वृक्षकोटरात् पतन्ति तद्वनं सर्वं स्वगन्धेन अध्यवासयत्. Sent by the demigod Varun, the divine Varuni liquor flowed from a tree hollow and made the entire forest even more fragrant with its sweet aroma. So daughter of Varun is Varuni. Who is Varuni in relation to Balram? Revati and Varuni. And she is in the form of that means that is Tulsi, camphor. That will come, I think, here somewhere it comes. Chakravartipad writes, the presiding goddess of that liquor, Varuni, the daughter of Varun, flowed luxuriantly from a hole in the trunk of a kadamba tree, Ruksha Kotarat. According to Sri Harivamsh, Varuni said to Balram, Samipam Preshita Pitra Varunena Tavanagha. My father Varun has sent me to you, O sinless one. Siddha Swami says that Varuni, a type of liquor distilled from honey, aroused along with the nectar of the demigods. The sweet aroma of the Varuni made the entire forest even more fragrant. Adhyavasayat. So this is from Samudra Mantana. Varuni also came. You all remember, huh? Came, na? Okay. 20th. Tam gandham madhudharaya vayunopahrutam balaha aghrayopagatas lalanabhihi samam papo. The wind carried to Balram the fragrance of that flood of sweet liquor, and when he smelled it, he went to the tree. There he and his female companions drank. 21st. Upagiyamano gandharvair vanita shobhimandale reme karenu yuthesho mahendra iva varanaha. As the Gandharvas sang his glories, Lord Balram enjoyed within the brilliant circles of young women. He appeared just like Indra's elephant, the lordly Airavat, enjoying in the company of she-elephants. 22nd. Nedur dundhubayo vyomni vavrushuhu kusumair muda Gandharva munayo ramam tadviryair idire tada. At that time, kettle drums resounded in the sky. The Gandharvas joyfully rained down flowers, and the great sages praised Lord Balram's heroic deeds. 23rd. Yes. They are able to see. Yes. When Krishna was also performing Raslila, they were there up there. They were dancing. So many things were there. Fortune. Yeah. At least one thing is, it is not so much like what people think of. They are also seeing, but exactly what they see is a good question. I am not sure, because very detailed, extreme details are given in Anand Vrindavan Jambu, which I read, but I don't. No, not this. Krishna's Raslila, Vrindavan pastimes, but I don't remember. Such.
So here,
I don't think you will get.
It is said this single earring. I was always wondering
I
that
have heard
Balram
that
wears.
would wear only in one earring, because other place Krishna would keep his shoulder on the, keep his head on the shoulder of Balram. So if Krishna does that, hair would get entangled in that earring. So Balram did not want to cause any kind of disturbance to Krishna, so he does not wear only earring like that. But how did you come across that? We have.
It's there in 24-25.
24-25, na? But we have not reached there. How he is gone ahead?
No, previously, sorry.
Please don't go ahead. Please be with us.
Yes.
We will feel inferiority complex. That if Bangalore takes you ahead, then we will all have to come to Bangalore only. Mangalore. Okay. So that is 22nd. 23rd. Upagiyamana charito Vanitabhirhalayudaha Vaneshu Vyacharakshivo Madavivhalalochanaha. As his deeds were sung, Lord Halayud wandered as if inebriated among the various forests with his girlfriends. His eyes rolled from the effects of the liquor. 24-25. Sraghveka kundalo matto Vaijayantya chamalaya Bibrat smita mukhambojam Sveda praleya bhushitam Sa ajuhava yamuna Jalakridartham ishvaraha Nijam vakyamanadrutya Matta ityapagambalaha Anagatam halagrena Kupito vichakarshaha. Intoxicated with joy, Lord Balram sported flower garlands, including the famous Vaijayanti. He wore a single earring, and beads of perspiration decorated his smiling lotus face like snowflakes. The Lord then summoned the Yamuna river so that he could play in her waters, but she disregarded his command, thinking he was drunk. This angered Balram, and he began dragging the river with the tip of his plough. Chakrotipad writes, beads of perspiration decorated Balram's smiling lotus face like snowflakes. Praleya. Yamuna did not respect Balram's words because she thought that the words of an intoxicated matta person have no authority. Therefore, she disregarded him and did not come, thinking, if Balram calls me wanting to enjoy in my water, then let him come to me. 26th. Pape tvam mam avagyaya yannayasi maya huta nishe tvam lagrena shatada kamacharinim. Lord Balram said, O sinless one, O sinful one, disrespecting me, you do not come when I call you, but rather move only by your own whim. Therefore, with the tip of my plough, I shall bring you here in 100 streams. Chakrotipad says, Balram said, because you did not answer my call, Ahuta, I will divide you into 100 streams with the tip of my plough. So she is going whimsically and not listening to Balram. So Balram is going to teach her a lesson. This is all Leela only. 27. Evam nirbharati sa bhita Yamuna yadunandanam Uvacha chakita vacham Patita padayor nrupa. Shukdev Goswami continued, thus scolded by the Lord, O king, the frightened river goddess Yamuna came and fell at the feet of Shri Balram, the beloved descendant of Yadu. Trembling, she spoke to him the following words. Purport. According to Srila Jiva Goswami, the goddess who appeared before Lord Balram is an expansion of Srimati Kalindi, one of Lord Krishna's queens in Dwarka. So Kalinda's daughter Kalindi, and she is also an expansion of Yamuna. So that she became wife of Krishna in Dwarka. So she is the only lady from Vrindavan pastimes of Krishna, so whom Krishna married in Dwarka. She is there, and this one cannot be that Kalindi who is Krishna's wife. So this is expansion of Srimati Kalindi. Srila Jiva Goswami calls her a shadow of Kalindi, and Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti confirmed that she is an expansion of Kalindi, not Kalindi herself. Srila Jiva Goswami also gives evidence from Shri Harivamsh in the statement Pratyuvacharnava Vadhum, that goddess Yamuna is the wife of the ocean. The Harivamsh therefore also refers to her as Sagarangana. Sindhu Patni, Sagar Patni. What is the word here? Here it is not coming, there it is there. In Harivamsh it is there. Sagarangana. In
Kalindi and Yamuna are same, correct? Kalindi and Yamuna.
No, they are expansions. Kalindi is Krishna's wife, and this one Balram has pulled towards him. Chakravarti says,
Yamuna. Who is Yamuna and how is she different from Kalindi?
Yamuna is Vishakha in Golok Vrindavan, who expands as Yamuna and comes to this earth. This expansion of Kalindi, she becomes Sindhu Patni. Whose son? That is Yamuna. Vishakha only expands as Yamuna. Who has left? No, there's not like they're gone, so here's some problem here. So their expansions are there, they are taking care. And now also, that time also Yamuna was there, na, when she was meditating inside the water of Yamuna. Both are? Basically, rasa-wise, Krishna will not consort with Balramji's thing, and Balram will not consort with Krishna's consorts, like that. Even Ganga is also one of the gopis in Golok Vrindavan. So she comes here. Only thing is Ganga has to go to all the 3 planetary system, 14 planetary system, whereas Yamuna comes to Yamunotri. She comes and she goes to Bay of Bengal, and then from there she keeps traveling lateral and she crosses the 6 Dvipas. Then Lokalok mountains come, she climbs on that, and from there only she goes back to Golok Vrindavan. No, she will not go. That is only for Ganga. Tribhuvana Pavani, that is Ganga. She will not go down. Hmm. 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 Chakrodipad writes, the Yamuna who appeared before Balram in the form of a river is the wife of the ocean and an expansion of Kalindi, one of the Krishna's queens in Dwarka. But she was not Kalindi herself. The Harivamsha confirms Pratyuvacharnava Vadhum. Goddess Yamuna is the wife of the ocean. 28. Rama Rama Mahabaho न जाने तव विक्रमं यस्सैकांशेन विधृता जगति जगतः पते. Goddess Yamuna said, Ram, Ram, O mighty armed one, I know nothing of your prowess. With a single portion of yourself, you hold up the earth, O Lord of the universe. Chakrodipad writes, Goddess Yamuna said, with a single portion of yourself, Shesha, you hold up the earth. The phrase Ekam Shena, with a single portion, refers to the Balram's expansion as Shesha. 29th. Param bhavam bhagavato bhagavan mam ajanatim moktum arhasi vishwatman prapannam bhaktavatsala. My Lord, please release me. O soul of the universe, I didn't understand your position as the Supreme Godhead, but now I have surrendered unto you, and you are always kind to your devotees. So Param Bhavam Ajananto. But this is not that Tattvik Bhagavata verse, but even I felt, I do not understand your position. This is in Rasa basically. Yes. No, the earth which both are called Shesha, though technically there is a difference. One is called Ananta and one is called Shesha. Shesha means after Krishna what remains is Shesha. So he completes everything. Nothing remains then outside of these two. So but those 3, Mahavishnu, Garbhodaksha Vishnu, Shurodaksha Vishnu lying on, so they are also called Shesha only, but generally Shesha, with a single portion of yourself, you hold up the earth. He is below, na? Holding each universe on his head. What is he called technically? Anybody knows the difference? Yes. The one who holds this earth, but actually I am also not remembering now. Mostly he is the one who is Jiva, I think. See, he is holding earth on his hoods, but who is the support for him? No support. That is Balram. Swamsha or Vibhinnamsha, that I am not remembering. You can get it, I think, in the 5th chapter of Adilila, because Balram, all that, Karanar, Shavai, all that detail. Okay. Chakrodipad writes, Yamuna said, you should release me as I was ignorant of your supreme status, Param Bhavam. Param Bhavam refers to Balram's original identity as Mahasankarshan. So Mahasankarshan means Dwarka. That is Moola Sankarshan. So Mahasankarshan is Vaikuntha. Okay. 30th. Tato Vyamuchad Yamunam Yachito Bhagavan Balaha Vijagaha Jalam Stribihi Karenu Bhirive Bharat. Shukdev Goswami continued, thereupon Lord Balram released the Yamuna and, like the king of the elephants with his entourage of she-elephants, entered the river's water with his female companions. 31st. Kamam vivrutya salilat uttirnaya sitambare bhushanani maharhani dado kantihi shubham srajam. The Lord played in the water to his full satisfaction, and when he came out, Goddess Kanti presented him with blue garments, precious ornaments, and a brilliant necklace. Three things: blue garments, precious ornaments, brilliant necklace. Purport: Srila Siddhar Swami quotes from the Vishnu Puran to show that the goddess Kanti mentioned here is actually Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune. Varuna prahita chasmai malam amlan pankajam samudrad bhe tatha vastre nile lakshmir ayachata. Sent by Varuna, goddess Lakshmi then presented him with a garland of unfading lotuses and a pair of garments colored blue like the ocean. So Varuna sent his daughter also, Varuni, first, and eventually his Lakshmi also, who is Kanti. The great Bhagavatam commentator Srila Sridhar Swami also quotes the following statement from Sri Harivam spoken by Goddess Lakshmi to Lord Balram. Jata rupamayam chaikam kundalam vajra bhushanam adipadmam cha padmakhyam divyam shravana bhushanam deve mam pratigrunishva pauranim bhushana kriyam. O Lord, please accept as divine ornaments for your ears this single gold earring studded with diamonds and this primable lotus called Padma. Kindly accept them, for this act of adornment is traditional. So one is supposed to decorate guests and all that. So please accept. Srila Vishnu Chakoti comments, further points out that Goddess Lakshmi is the consort of the Lord's plenary expansion Sankarshan, who belongs to the second Vyuha. So second quadruple expansion in that Sankarshan. So Sankarshan has wife Lakshmi, who her name is Kanti. So she has come. So technically there is no problem. The same Balram only has expanded as first Sankarshan, second Sankarshan and all that. Yes. In Ras Leela, I did not come across description like that for Balram, so not sure. That's why all these commentaries have to be read. Somewhere something may come. At least those, I mean, if not these 3-4, those all 23 should be read. Then, yeah, for 10th canto 23 acharyas have commented. Huh? Yes, yes. No, some of us should have that relish and they should come up. That time will never come. You only have to have rasa, that attraction. That's why. Now it's high time. 23 of us can take one commentary. Everybody is catching Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur only. As a teacher I can catch. Why don't you catch? Huh? Sanskrit, you can read, we have Kanai Krishna Prabhu. If you can't understand some part of Sanskrit, go to him. Or catch him only every visit, some 5-10 slokas you read with him. But for him, he will have headache of that Sanskrit only, because it's not translated. So English are only 4-5 only, na? Yes. True. It's okay. Car park or not car park, management car park. BVRB. Yeah. What? You should always tell, I will get back to you. And sure enough, months later, that fellow will only not come to you. If he comes also, he will not remember. I can give you guarantee. And if he is really asking you the same question again, you can say, come, I'll take you to Kanai Krishna Prabhu, or something like that. Yes, second quadruple expansion. Sankarshan. Every lord will have his wife, na, who will be Lakshmi only. Radharani only expands no, into so many Lakshmis in each. Many? Huh. Lakshmi. Yes. Kanti. No. Exclusively second quadruple, not even first quadruple expansion. Second only. He's that Sankarshan's wife, Lakshmi. That he will tell. Someone won't go with the authority for that. I want to again sit with him and understand who is where. Second quadruple is in Vaikunta. First quadruple is in Dwarka itself. So first Sankarshan is Balram in Dwarka. And then Pradyumna and Aniruddha are the sons and grandsons of Krishna. That is first quadruple expansion. Second is in Vaikunta. And they are what? They are at the four, not like that. No, that... 25. Now one particular Vaikunta planet, that's where these four are there, or every Vaikunta planet these four are there? Vasudeva, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. Four. From them they come, they have each one of them have their Vaikunta, that is okay. But these four are localized in one place, one Vaikunta, I am asking. Okay, get back to me with answer later on. Do thorough research with Gaurang. Okay, no problem. Okay, 2-3 verses are remaining, we'll complete. Vasitva, I read this, there is no this thing. Vasitva vasasi nile malam amucha kanchanim reje swalankruto lipto mahendra iva varanaha. Lord Balram dressed himself in the blue garments and put on the gold necklace. Anointed with fragrances and beautifully adorned, he appeared as resplendent as Indra's royal elephant. Purport. Anointed with sandalwood paste and other pure fragrant substances, Balram resembled Airavat, the great elephant of Lord Indra. 33rd. Adyapi drishyate rajan Yamuna krishta vartmana Balasya ananta viryasya Viryam suchayati vahi. Even today, O king, one can see how the Yamuna flows through the many channels created when it was dragged by the unlimitedly powerful Lord Balram. Thus, she demonstrates his prowess. Chakravarti says, even today Yamuna is marked with paths made by Balram's plough. And 34th last. Evam sarva nishayata ekeva ramato vraje Ramasya chittasya madhuryairvrajayoshitam. Thus, for Lord Balram, all the nights passed like a single night as he enjoyed in Vraja, his mind enchanted by the exquisite charm and beauty of Vraja's young ladies. Purport. Lord Balram was enchanted by the charming pastimes of the beautiful young ladies of Vraja. Thus each night was a completely new experience and all the nights passed as if they were a single night. Thus ends the purports of humble servants of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Swami Prabhupada, to the 10th canto, 65th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Lord Balram Visits Vrindavan. Any question? Online, offline? Yes.
Actually, it's a personal question. I don't know whether to ask, but again, in month of August, in August Assembly, I can ask.
Yes.
So, thank you so much for sharing this Gopal Champu, and you did mention that it is so relishing to narrate and actually teach these pastimes. What I was curious to know is that actually you relish chanting the holy names also. So, which one is more relishable for you.
When I am reading Gopal Champu is relishable. When I am chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, that is relishable.
So given
Being
a
in
choice,
the present tense.
Bhakti Vedanta class or no, narrating pastime and chanting Hare Krishna. So what you would choose?
As
Because
is
it
required according to time, place, circumstances. That's what I will choose.
I asked because there is symptom Namagane Sadaruchi and Asaktistat Gunakhyane. So both are there. So I am wondering how both are.
Both are one and the same. Same person exhibits the two or nine. Not that this person exhibits this one and the second person exhibits the other one, third person, and like that 9 people. No, one person only exhibits all 9. Certainly the development may happen in some sequence, but not necessarily. Basically, whosoever has reached Bhava, he will have all 9. And for your kind information, I am not in Bhav. Me Bhav jasta khato. And I am not in that Sanskrit and English Bhav, which 17th, 18th chapter of NOD are speaking in the Eastern wave. I am not in that Bhav. Again. Yes.
Yamuna, no? But she prays.
First he had to pull. First she thought, Arey, he is intoxicated fellow, who cares for him? So she did not come only. And he saying, Arey, you whimsically flow anyhow, and you are not coming to my thing, then I will divide you into many streams. So he wanted to destroy her pride. This is all on rasa level. So he pulled it and he pulled her. After that she came and surrendered. But meanwhile he had divided her into, they say, hundreds of streams. You can see, I don't know whether we'll have to see top view, and then we can see. At least he says Adhyapi. Somewhere it says, even Adhyapi Drushyate Rajan, now also we can see. So we'll have to see top view. I want to really see top view of Vrindavan once. Because Yamuna also goes from Keshi Ghat like this around Radha Govindji, and then she goes all the way to Brahmanda Ghat. I want to see how it is. I had never been there. We may go a little bit Keshi Ghat, then we go to Govindji. Have you traveled? How many of you have done Vrindavan Parikrama? 10 kilometers. Has anyone done? You have done? No, 10. No, not Raj. Raj is 168 kilometers. So you should have seen them. Walking only. But anyway, that doesn't cover Brahman Ghat and all that. That is far off. But that is the sequence. Yes. Anybody online?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
So, actually, small doubt, Prabhu. Kalindi is the wife of Krishna. Krishna, Dwarka Krishna, and here is dragging Yamuna. So, like, how she is the wife of Krishna.
I don't know where were you then. We discussed it. You asked when you come to ashram, a room. Your roommate, Samarpan Gopru, or any neighbor.
First off, I was absent. Sorry. First off, I was absent. First off, I was absent.
So that's why maybe you might have missed it. Though it was in second half. No problem. Anybody else? Okay, okay. So we end here, and I'm very grateful to you all for your accepting me, though I am always your junior. Officially proved, because not having Bhakti Vaibhav certificate also.
Hare Krishna,
we are
very,
very Bhakti Vedanta students and senior to me, and in scholarship, you are light years ahead of me. With all the Acharya's commentaries decorating all around, you loaded with that walking somehow, trembling, in ecstasy, with all the Acharya's commentary, and I am without any commentary. I have my own running commentary, which people are not interested in. So thank you all very much for tolerating for consecutive days for all these 5 chapters. Means they are relishable, but the speaker is not. So very grateful to you all, very, very grateful, and hope to be able to serve you in future also, in so many different ways also, but apart from relishing Krishna Katha with you all. श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, समवेत भक्ति वेदांत विद्यार्थीगण की हिताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। मधुरेण समापयत।
Prabhu, the 23 this thing,
Yes.
Acharya's commentary is only available to it has to be downloaded as an app onto the laptop, or is it for online people?
Yeah, for
Samarpan Gop Prabhu, I have contacted, so I think I have to come there only.
Samarpan Gopro you contact.
Yes. I have contacted him, he said come there only, I think that's what.
He has access to all.
So we are very Hare Krishna, we are very thankful with our full heart and filled with the devotion which has arisen by Prabhuji's explanation and reading so nicely for these 4 days. So this 10th canto is so relishable. If you just go through the Acharya's commentary, through the proper guidance of Prabhuji's explanation, so this is so nourishing. So time went like we could not understand how the time went. And I always request all online devotees, especially who are residing in Pune, please come and attend these classes. And you are how much you are missing, you do not know. And you may be getting attendance, but you are really missing. I am again saying. And we are distributing Mahaprasadam also. From next time onward, we will be distributing Mahaprasada also. So this is a Mahaprasadam. So this is Mahaprasadam. So please come and we'll honor it from the hands of the Prabhuji. So it is very relishing. We are very grateful to Prabhuji's nice dedication and speaking so nicely. Prabhuji himself chants so many rounds and reading all the scriptures and explaining to us. And Gopal Champu also. And he tolerated us also. He wanted to finish little early, but we were asking so many questions. So Prabhuji
I learned so many things from you all because you are all well read and you are also practicing very sincerely. So thank you.
Is always winner because you could finish it today itself. I was wondering tomorrow 3 hours we'll hear more, but we are unfortunate actually. But next time we look forward for not reducing time, Prabhuji. Is it okay if Ekadashi is not there? We'll adjust. But already we have less time. Please don't reduce time. At least we'll read something.
Hare Krishna, just like in the last chapter it was mentioned, 2 months went like one night. Similarly, in the association, it felt like a one day only.
But he is echoing our feeling. Seriously, time was very. But thank you very much, and I beg forgiveness for any inconvenience if I have caused. I'll just try to have some online devotees want to speak. Hey, how come this Venkatesh Prabhu is here? Bhakti Vedanta, how come you are there? अरे वो वीडियो ऑफ करा दिया Here so many. Okay, they must have taken permission. This August again. Special mercy of Prabhu. Online classes.